This is a fraud. This is an embarrassment.
This is a major achievement. This is a major achievement.
This is a fraud. This is an embarrassment.
Here, the people rule.
We were winning everything, and all of a sudden it was just called off. We have so many, we had such a big night. And then you take a look at the kind of margins that we've won them by. You just take a look at all of these states that we've won tonight.
We, the people, will not be silenced. We, the people, will not be bullied. We, the people, will not surrender. We'll come together. We have to stop treating our opponents as enemies.
They can't catch us. They can't catch us.
And now, every vote must be counted.
They can't catch us. They can't catch us.
When the count is finished, we will be the winners.
This is a fraud. This is an embarrassment.
This is a major achievement. This is a major achievement.
This is a fraud. This is an embarrassment.
Here, the people rule. Every vote must be counted. I'm not here to declare that we've won.
We were getting ready to win this election.
Every vote must be counted. We will be the winners.
We were getting ready for a big celebration.
It'll be time for us to do what we've always done. Put the campaign behind us. Lower the temperature.
These aren't even close. It's not like, what happened? And then they said, They can't catch us. They can't catch us.
And now, every vote must be counted.
They can't catch us. They can't catch us.
When the count is finished, we will be the winners.
This is a fraud. This is an embarrassment.
No one's going to take our democracy away from us.
This is a fraud. This is an embarrassment.
Not now, not ever.
What the fuck? Well, thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you very much, please, sir. This is a fraud. This is an embarrassment.
This is a major achievement. This is a major achievement.
This is a fraud. This is an embarrassment.
Here, the people rule.
We were winning everything, and all of a sudden it was just called off. We have so many, we had such a big night. And then you take a look at the kind of margins that we've won them by. You just take a look at all of these states that we've won tonight.
We, the people, will not be silenced. We, the people, will not be bullied. We, the people, will not surrender. We'll come together. We have to stop treating our opponents as enemies.
They can't catch us. They can't catch us.
And now, every vote must be counted.
They can't catch us. They can't catch us.
When the count is finished, we will be the winners.
This is a fraud. This is an embarrassment.
This is a major achievement. This is a major achievement.
This is a fraud. This is an embarrassment.
Here, the people rule. Every vote must be counted. I'm not here to declare that we've won.
We were getting ready to win this election.
Every vote must be counted. We will be the winners.
We were getting ready for a big celebration.
It'll be time for us to do what we've always done. Put the campaign behind us. Lower the temperature.
These aren't even close. It's not like, what happened? And then they said, They can't catch us. They can't catch us.
And now, every vote must be counted.
They can't catch us. They can't catch us.
When the count is finished, we will be the winners.
This is a fraud. This is an embarrassment.
No one's going to take our democracy away from us.
This is a fraud. This is an embarrassment.
Not now, not ever.
What the fuck, bro?
Thank you so much for having us. You're over here, Mr. President. Thank you. Okay. Mr. President, thank you for joining us.
Thank you very much.
We appreciate you taking the time, and we appreciate your commitment to answer our questions.
Sure. It is what it is.
It is what it is.
It is what it is. I think it's under control.
What you say?
It is what it is.
It is what it is.
It is what it is. We are doing everything we can. What testing does, it shows cases. It shows where there may be cases. You take a test, you have to send it to a laboratory. You test, we show cases. 55, 60 million people very soon. We're lower than the world.
Lower than the world?
You can test too much, you do know that.
Who says that?
Oh, just read the books. What books? Other countries test. You know when they test? They test when somebody's sick. That's when they test. Because we tested so many people, we show cases. It is what it is.
It is what it is.
It is what it is. I think it's under control. What you say? It is what it is.
It is what it is.
It is what it is. We are doing everything we can.
The figure I look at is death. And death is going up now.
Okay. Take a look at some of these charts. The United States is lowest in the world. Right here.
There's 1,000 a day.
Here's case death.
I'm talking about death as a proportion of population.
You can't do that. You know that. Death is way down from where it was. They are dying. That's true. But that doesn't mean we are doing everything we can. We're last, meaning we're first. The top one, that's a good thing, not a bad thing. It is what it is.
It is what it is.
It is what it is. I think it's under control. What you say? It is what it is.
It is what it is.
It is what it is. We are doing everything we can.
I learned a lot. And I learned that, I learned a lot. Anyway, Bo is associated here. Anyway, the point I want to make is, I learned so much. I learned so much. I learned black, white, all colors, all backgrounds, but I mean, come on, man. Men, women, gay, straight, everyone deserves a shot, you know. Come on, man. You know the thing. You know what I mean? You know the thing. You know what I mean? Come on, man. What I have to do is I have to continue talking about the things that come on, man. I came down here because I remember the first bumper sticker I saw. I learned that I got hairy legs that turned blonde in the sun. And the kids used to come up and reach in the pool and rub my leg down so it was straight and then watch the hair come back up again. So I learned about kids jumping on my lap. I love kids jumping on my lap. Oh, I'm in trouble. What are we, nuts? Dead. You know, come on, man. Give me a little break here. Get a life. Taking cocaine or not? What do you think? Huh? Come on, man. Black, white, all colors, all backgrounds, but I mean, come on, man.
Thank you.
I learned men, women, gay, straight, everyone deserves a shot, you know. Come on, man. You know the thing. You know what I mean? You know the thing. You know what I mean? Come on, man. You have a problem figuring out whether you're from me or Trump, and you ain't black. Come on, man. The Corn Pop was a bad dude, and he ran a bunch of bad boys. I can hardly wait to meet with that guy who is the stable genius. Come on, man. I am very willing to let the public judge my physical and mental my physical as well as my mental fitness. Come on, man. Poor kids are just as bright and just as talented as white kids. Wealthy kids. Come on, man. I mean, come on. Take a look at the record. I know a lot of weed smoking. Come on, man. Black, white, all colors, all backgrounds, but I mean, come on, man. Men, women, gay, straight, everyone deserves a shot, you know. Come on, man. You know the thing. You know what I mean? You know the thing. You know what I mean? Come on, man. Why the hell would I take a test? I am, come on, man.
What the fuck, bro?
That's a delicious beverage. Hi everyone. How you doing? I know the answer to that question. Don't answer. So, good news everyone! Donald Trump lost. Don't know if y'all heard about this. It's a pretty obscure news story going around. Donald Trump lost the presidency. So today,
there's nothing funny about the tools of capitalism.
We're gonna have some fun. We're gonna have a good day. Today, I want to be clear. Today's not the ultimate. This is the penultimate election Chud watch. Because we gotta wait probably till Monday, maybe Tuesday, for people like John Doyle, people like Sargon to put out their concession videos, if you know what I mean. I'm sure they won't. Some of them are gonna be like, oh, this is a fraud, whatever. But they haven't put out their, like, oh, the fixes in videos. But today we're gonna be looking at some other stuff. This is sort of the build up to that, okay? So today we're gonna be looking at, there are some people who've put out some videos, Sticks and Hammer. We're gonna look at a lot of Twitter stuff. There's so much cope going on. It's beautiful. Coach Red Pill's got some stuff. Jeremy has a whole hour-and-a-half long stream. The Donald is freaking out. It's gonna be pretty glorious. Tate's not happy at all, as you might imagine. Woo! Ooh, we got some stuff going on. Hold on, let me go back to the beginning and make sure I count everything. Jesus Christ. Tucker White 94 with 20 bits. Good fuck. I stared into a Russian nesting doll for a second. MMO addicted with 20 bits. Hey Hannah, wanna dub this silly meme for your longtime watcher?
That's right, capitalistic propaganda.
He's assembled all the pieces of Exodia. Count your last pathetic vote, Biden. Our democracy has no pathetic votes, but it does have the unstoppable democratic mail-in ballots. Mail-in ballots? Ah, that's not possible. They should be illegal after Election Day. Electoral... What is the... I have no idea what this even is. Deviant Analysis, thank you for gifting a sub to Evotion. 74 Quinn 74. Holy Jesus Christ. I'm getting to all this, I swear. We reached a level 5 hype train in like 2 minutes. What the fuck is going on? Guys, I don't know if you know this. I didn't win the election. Joe Biden did. Thank you, though. Everyone's very excited today. 74 Quinn 74 with 100 bits. We win. Have some bits. Oh God. I'm Aurora Borealis with 45 bits. Jesus. Batty Bell gifting 10 tier 1 subs, thank you. Degenerate Feminist subscribing with a 3-month streak. Canada is proud of you. Thank you. I'm proud of us too. Dregory Term gifting 10 tier 1 subs. Oh God. Windchanter with 420 bits. Weed wins. Old enough to know more better. Gifting 5 tier 1 subs.
There's nothing funny about the tools of capitalism.
Kirthan with 100 bits. I've been saving my last bits for a special occasion. I think it's the time. The Flower Girl 13 with 100 bits. My husband has been trolling the Mongas at his work. That's probably fun. PK the Lost with 50 bits. So last night I had a dream with Jeremy in it. He was on a random radio show saying he would have to eat some random cheese on the Letterman show if Joe won. I love your show, but at what cost? DM Trey with 20 bits. I had a coworker who was so distracted by the news he had to leave early. By the way, they gave us the day off to celebrate. Rad. Dr. Gamble, thank you for gifting 5 tier 1 subs. How am I gonna do this many hats? Jesus Christ. High Level Ideas, thank you for subscribing with a 5-month streak. Tom G 101001101101. 145 bits. It's party time. Yes, it is. We're at 360%. Jeez. Told you not to be a doomer. Hey, I stand by my doomerism, okay? This was close. This was close, guys. Stonecore Bell with 1 gift sub. Thank you. The Mightiest Quinn with 20 bits, celebrating by watching you. Have some bits. Thank you. Crying Brian with 100 bits. 2020 can have little ending with a fascist presidency as a treat. Batty Bell, thank you for gifting a sub. Am I caught up yet? I'm getting closer. Time to bully libs again. Yeah, the next 4 years will be an interesting time for Chud Watch. Windchanter with 300 bits. F Donald Trump. Yep. Batty Bell, thank you for gifting a sub. Dr. Gamble with 200 bits. Okay, we got America's head back on. Now work on the mental state. That's a good way of putting it.
There's nothing funny about
Tucker White 94 with 20 bits. Would someone who's rich buy my next month's sub, please? For I'm a poor foot soldier in the army of George Soros. Blessed be his name. Obowan with 100 bits says, I thought about cabinet appointments. The following Republican senators are from states with Democratic governors that replace senators through gubernatorial appointment. Senators replaced by Governor Roger Marshall, Jerry Moran, Rand Paul, McConnell, Susan Collins, Dick Burr, Pat Toomey. What would you think if Biden appointed these to basically namesake cabinet positions with basically the power of Ron Jeremy's flover? People can say no to cabinet positions. It's not like you get conscripted. So Surly, thank you for gifting 5 tier 1 subs. Batty Bell, thank you for gifting a sub. And I caught up. Holy shit, I finally caught up. 500% hype train. I can't wear 10 hats.
Sure you can.
We can try. It's not gonna work, but we can try. Marusama with 300 bits. My first time gifting bits. Take them all, Hannah. Take them. And then Dr. Gamble with 100 bits. 500% hype. This is the highest hype train we've ever gotten, ever.
Let's get to 666.
It's done.
Oh, damn.
10 hats. Jesus Christ.
Let me gather the hats.
If they don't all work on me, then 5 hats for me, 5 hats for you, someone suggests.
Sure.
Whew! Jesus Christ. 32 subs and 2,200 bits on that hype train. That's bananas.
You've only
There's
been
nothing
live
funny
for
about
like
the tools of capitalism.
6 minutes or something.
Yep.
I think that's a good base foundation hat.
Mo Sauron with 20 bits. Love you, Hannah. Have some Trump salt. Thank you. Today's going to be fun, though. 16 minutes. Well, a lot of that was the preamble where I wasn't actually on screen. So let's say 10 minutes.
Funny about the
let's say
tools
10
of capitalism.
minutes. Proud Boys have showed up in Oregon. Of course they can. It's not going to make a difference. They can whine and cry all they want. Oh, these hats are going to give me a headache, I can already tell.
Funny about the tools of capitalism.
Well, we just need to get up to 10, and then I'm sure chat would forgive you if you have to take some off at some point.
Okay.
So that's 4. We're up to 4 hats, chat.
There's nothing funny about the tools of capitalism.
MMO addicted to 20 bits. Baja is a scientist. We will hold the construction of this hat tower to more scrutiny than the laywoman Hannah's.
There's nothing funny about the tools
Hey,
of
I'm
capitalism.
a scientist, not an engineer.
That's true. I don't need to wear the hats on my head. I could put them elsewhere. It's true. Windchanter, everyone piss in Jeremy's basement to celebrate.
Hey, chat, I'm gonna need a bunch of our hat tower emotes in chat, please.
No, the stream's still... Well, I guess they wouldn't be able to hear me. No, the stream's still up. So her died for someone. That's weird.
That's right, capitalism.
Sargon's having a break. Probably a mental break. Sargon's account got suspended, like, permanently. Did you see that, guys? He has a new one already, but...
There's nothing funny about the tools of
pretty
capitalism.
Okay, hat 5.
There's nothing funny about the tools
What's the
of
new one?
capitalism.
Oh god, I forgot. It's either Sherwood Outlaw or... What was it before?
It was Robin Hood. I don't know what the at was.
Let me get... Look.
There's nothing funny about the tools of capitalism.
Sherwood Outlaw is his new one. I believe. No, this isn't new. This is the same one. Did he have a backup in the wings or something? Because there was another one.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
This is Sherwood Outlaw.
There's nothing
And then
funny about
Greenwood
the tools of
Outlaw got
capitalism.
banned. Wait, was Greenwood a secondary one or like a parody? Is Sherwood
it
him?
was a secondary one.
Oh, lame.
There's nothing funny about the tools of capitalism.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
We got Sargon and Doyle in one foul swoop. We're at 8?
There's
Oh
nothing
god, this
funny
is
about
tough.
the tools of capitalism.
While we're celebrating, here's a fun tweet from a former Bernie campaign guy. I'll click on it in a second. And then Admiral V with 300 bits. It's my 5-year anniversary today. Best gift we could ask for. Hey, congrats. That's a lot of hats.
Yeah, it's still not all of them.
One more?
Yeah.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
There's nothing funny about the tools of capitalism.
And back.
nothing funny
Thanks
about
for all the
tools of
support.
capitalism.
Okay.
There's
So,
nothing funny about the
10
tools of
hats.
capitalism.
These are going to fall off at some point, I guarantee it. But until then, we'll do the hats. We'll take a look at Sticks and Hammer. We got this thread about the weird place they held a recent, what's it called? Press
There's nothing funny about
conference.
the tools of
Donald
capitalism.
Trump, his Twitter account. We're just going to keep an eye on it in case he tweets anything stupid. ZTDVI, thank you for subscribing with a 4-month streak. Oh yeah, this is already giving me a headache. I can feel it. Jesus Christ.
There's nothing funny about the tools of capitalism.
This is just a thread in which I asked people to send me all the cope. So, by the way, if anyone has any cope that they want to share, that's TOS, of course, like that's TOS appropriate, let me know. Wow, 257 viewers. This is so much more than we normally get. Hello, everyone. We have this guy who's still not accepting that Donald Trump lost. We have Coach Red Pill.
Oh God, Coach Red Pill.
We have Jeremy of the Quartering, who did a whole hour 35 minute stream about it. We have the Donald. We have this thread in particular from the Donald. We have that's just for me. That was just a politics thing. And then we have us.
Capitalism.
So we'll look at all that stuff. It'll be a good time. Tucker White 94 20 bets. Alas, we missed out on the twist ending of the game where Jeb Bush steals all 538 electoral votes and wins the presidency. Trump already called a media lid for the day, so no statement. That means you won't see him. I don't think that necessarily means he's not going to tweet. It could be wrong, though. Because I thought the other day they called a lid, but he still tweeted. Could be wrong, though. Captain Rose with 20 bits. Sometimes I daydream about the alternate reality Republicans talk about where Democrats are socialists and the Republicans are small government and fiscally responsible. Yeah, that'd be nice. Not real, though. Alright, let's take a look at what we got. Let's just start with something a little interesting. So for those of you who didn't see, Donald Trump and his campaign, well, just his campaign, he was out golfing during this, I shit you not. But they held this, press conference in front of, and I'm not kidding, like a landscaping business. This is in which Rudy Giuliani,
having credentials of all possible,
like a psycho, is trying to push these false, like, voter fraud claims. MMO addicted to 20 bits. I made some celebratory stew over potato pancakes. Oh, I'm sure that's good. Oh god, this is already, fuck, my head hurts. The bottom hat was a bad choice. It's pinchy.
I'm taking half the hats, chat.
Aww. Put some on my arms or something. I can put them on my arms. They just need to be less weight on my head.
What do you mean put them on your arms?
Like the part that's like in the, here.
I don't think you'll be able to stick your arms through them.
There's nothing funny about the tools of capitalism.
Doubt me and my hat skills?
Yeah, you definitely can't put the Doctor Who one on because there's no hole.
Give me another hat. I'm wearing the hats, folks.
There's nothing funny about the tools of capitalism.
Okay? They're still being worn. Rules not broken. Dan Rossi draws with 100 bits. My girlfriend and I live in Brooklyn, and we were walking to a coffee shop just as the election was decided. Cheers, banging pots and pans, clapping, etc. for about an hour straight afterward. Felt so good to really celebrate something citywide. That's nice. Zoe R. Hamilton, thank you for subscribing. Fascist tears are sustaining me. Tucker White 94 with 20 bets. So when does JFK Jr. show up and reveal to everyone the secret pedo-democrat cabal? What's Hugh waiting for at this point? Tinfoil Tuesday will probably cover some of the Q stuff and how they're justifying the loss. Oh, that almost went up my nose. Good job, me.
Very graceful.
Yes. So anyway, like I was saying, they had this press conference in front of a Four Seasons, but it's not a Four Seasons hotel. It's Four Seasons Total Landscaping. So Donald Trump tweeted first, and I don't have a screenshot of this, but someone else did earlier. He just said we're going to be holding a conference in front of the Philadelphia Four Seasons. Is there a Philadelphia Four Seasons hotel?
There's nothing funny
Philadelphia Four Seasons. Yeah, okay. So Philadelphia has a Four Seasons hotel, which looks like this. It's a beautiful hotel, okay? Now, Donald Trump tweeted initially, we're going to hold a conference in front of Four Seasons, just Four Seasons. That tweet was then deleted, and he clarified Four Seasons total landscaping. I gotta get to some of these bit messages, dang it. Captain Rose with 20 bits. My sister is a feminist activist who lives in D.C. and she's outside the White House right now, giving out tacos to the celebrating crowd and encouraging people to socially distance. Tacos are good. So Four Seasons total landscaping, of course, not the Four Seasons Hotel. It's a random landscaping business in Philadelphia, okay? So, they get there, and it's literally just this disgusting business next to adult bookstore. So, what people are thinking happened is that they were gonna do this in front of the Four Seasons Hotel, but then once they announced it, the Four Seasons Hotel was like, no, you cannot do this in front of our business. So then they had to, instead of just admitting, okay, Four Seasons doesn't want us near the hotel, they then had to act like, oh no, all along we meant this disgusting landscaping business in Philadelphia that happens to also be called the Four Seasons.
Okay, but Hannah, listen to this. This is probably what actually happened. Someone Google searched Four Seasons, thinking that there was only Four Seasons
There's nothing
hotels,
funny about the tools of capitalism.
And then they were like, okay, we're going to have it at this address. And then they got there and realized, oh, it's not a Four Seasons.
They would have to be so stupid for that to be the case.
Yeah?
I don't even think they're that stupid.
I think you underestimate.
There's nothing funny about the tools
Logarth
of
with 50
capitalism.
bits. I don't want to interrupt what you're watching, but the video of the cheering in New York City made my heart beat again. Yeah, I've seen this. And then, Boston with 100 bits. There was someone in some conservative subreddit who said, I kid you not, maybe he wants to lose. Yes, there are some people who think that he wants to lose. It's a QAnon thing. Final Cypher with 100 bits. He's going to insist that he won while standing outside an adult bookshop called Fantasy Island. The best way for 2020 to end. The head of his legal team is not a lawyer. I know.
There's nothing funny about the tools of capitalism.
So anyway, they show up at this Four Seasons landscaping business, and of course there's a bunch of Trump supporters and some Biden supporters there. The media starts to leave at some point because right before the press conference is when the election got called for Biden, so a bunch of them just left because, like, what's the point of this? It's stupid. Obo One says they really are that stupid. If you guys say so. I don't even know if I give that... Like, literally, there's no way they did this intentionally, guys. Look at how the place looked where they did the press conference. Look at this trashy alley. Like... This is the most appropriate location for a Trump press conference that's ever existed. It was absolutely wild. This is also where... Where's the clip? Let me see if I can find it. Rudy Giuliani. The media.
There's nothing funny.
Let me see if I can find it.
I'm eating vegan mac and cheese.
Oh, I heard noise, but I guess it's not that. Rudy Giuliani had this very funny clip.
About the tools of capitalism.
Tucker White 94 with 20 bits. Now that Joe Biden won, can we finally admit that Hillary Clinton was a garbage candidate? She lost to the guy who couldn't even beat Biden, who's barely even all there now. Guys, Biden is not... Stop. Biden does not have fucking dementia. You're literally buying into, like, right-wing propaganda. The dude has a stutter, but he's all there. Stop with this shit. MMO addicted to 20 bits. This is to Baja. Food, porn, or riot. So anyway, during the Giuliani speech, he happened to mention, like, oh, or so a reporter said the election just got called, and this was Giuliani's response. It's pretty fantastic. It's very funny.
poll? Because they don't decide the election. The call for Joe Biden isn't, is it?
There's nothing funny about
was
the
it called?
tools of capitalism.
Oh my goodness, all the networks. Wow. All the networks. We have to forget about the law. Judges don't count.
So if you missed it, because it's a little quiet, what happened there was someone mentioned the call. And he's like, the poll? What poll? And she goes, no, the call. Joe Biden won the election. It got called by the networks. And he said, what networks? And she basically said all the networks, because by that point it was like ABC, CNN, NBC, even Fox News called it. And that's his off-the-cuff reaction. Oh, all the networks! And as we all know, sarcasm with absolutely no substance is what we want out of our elected officials. Or our elected officials' lawyers, in this case. Logarth with 20 bits. Oh snap, my hometown of Boston is also damn near a citywide party. The Boston Common is covered in people's music and pots and pans and honking. Oh, I'm sure it's fun. Winchanter with 20 bits. Confirmed cousin F. Rudy Giuliani. Yes. Didn't he marry his cousin? Anyway. So I just found that interesting. I don't know if there's anything in particular that's, like, important about it, but it was certainly fun. Donald Trump hasn't tweeted anything since this morning, 5 hours ago, when he tweeted, I won this election by a lot. Spoilers from the future. He did not. He lost. He has lost. He has lost. Oh, boy.
That's right, capitalistic propaganda.
Jalen Jean, thanks for following, and N. Crade, thank you for following.
Trying to encourage lupine too.
So let's see some more cope, shall we? Logarth with 20 bits. I like to think the other networks didn't call it so that Fox had to be the first to say Trump lost on purpose. Chef's kiss. Yeah. Maybe. Everyone is being very cautious about the call for obvious reasons this year. So, Coping MAGA, a fantastic Twitter account that's been cataloging tons of MAGA cope. So we're just going to go down the feed and find funny ones, and we're just going to kind of relish in the salt. Devious Chillster with 20 bits. You'd think that if the election was rigged, we'd do something like take the Senate really easily too or something. That's a stupid thing. Like, guys, don't get me wrong. I am thrilled that Donald Trump will no longer be president. Joe Biden, certainly not my first choice, but at the very least, he's not a fascist. He's someone we can deal with, right? But we lost the Senate, and we lost seats in the House. In fairness, the Senate's going to run off in 2 elections in Georgia, so those are going to sort of depend on if we can at least make it even, and then Kamala would be the tiebreaker. But I'm guessing that's not what's going to happen, though. If you do live in Georgia, please go vote in the runoffs that are going to happen in a little bit here. Hats. Excuse me. But, yeah, it's not a complete win, guys. It's a big win, but it's not a complete win. Tiger White 94 with 20 bits. I was hoping for the right to have the meltdown of all meltdowns, and they're not disappointing thus far. It's been pretty funny. So let's see some of this cope. So much of the 4chan stuff has been hilarious, guys. I've been checking in on 4chan every once in a while for the past couple days. It's been pretty good. MMO Addicted officially calling it now. If Turtle Man dies, this year's redeemed. He's been the worst. He's been effing the Senate about as long as my mother's been alive. Yep. Logarth with 50 bits. Hannah is my copium dealer, and I pay in biddies. Honestly, I'll deal it out to you guys today for free.
Down here, salt is a way of life.
Obviously, the environment down here is all salt. The ceiling's salt, the floor is salt, the walls are salt, and to an extent, the air is salt. And you breathe that in, and you can constantly taste the salt.
Beautiful. Ben Shapiro has a tweet, I guess. Norm can't shoot, says Ben Shapiro spells out exactly the problem with the GOP post-Trump, but still misses the point. Ben Shapiro says the media and the left have promulgated the lie that when Trump goes away, so does their animus for those who voted for him. That lie is transparent. Within months, we'll be hearing about how many prospective 2024 Republicans is worse than Trump and how you were evil again. Yeah, most people on the left that I've talked to or heard talk about this don't believe that Donald Trump going away is going to solve this. The constant message I've been getting and hearing and parroting myself is he is a symptom to a larger problem with the right in this country. It's a symptom of narcissism. It's a symptom of ignorance. It's a symptom of xenophobia. These are things that get talked about all the time. Ben Shapiro says, just wait, we'll get, quote, Nikki Haley is as racist as Trump, but at least he wasn't subtle about it, which makes her scarier. At least Trump didn't threaten entitlements the way Ted Cruz says he wants to. Tim Scott is more dangerous than Trump because he conceals GOP bigotry. Trump was willing to sign bipartisan spending bills, which is more than Ben Sass. Like, yeah, Ben, do you get the problem? Trump is not, like, that off in terms of what modern republicanism is. In many ways, all he did was he took the mask off. Getting rid of Trump is a good thing for many reasons, but it doesn't stop the issue, and no one said it would.
Hi, everyone. Hannah has 300 viewers right now.
I know, that's crazy for me.
That's freaking awesome. Thanks for all the support today.
Can I zoom in on this? Why can't I zoom? Come on.
There's nothing funny about
maybe if I open in a new window? So this says, OMG, they just pointed to Biden's stage where he wants to announce his win, and all the Jeeps are there already? At Jeep, are you an official sponsor? And then this person says, they check this license plate number, no owner, not registered, or up for sale, fleet corporate vehicle, so Jeep is supplying cars. Interesting that Jeep is moving to China for production as well. Found 2 more, and it's Jeeps. Like, I don't know, a local Jeep dealership could have donated those for campaign stuff that happens. Let's see what else. Trump is a subreddit on Reddit, and it has been made private, obviously, because they can't deal with what's going on. MMO Addicted with 400 bits. Dream on, Tucker, baby. Guys, Tucker Carlson's probably going to run in 2024, and it's going to be a nightmare. Tucker White 94, 500 bits. I would like to make an announcement. As of this moment, I'm now the new bits leader, mother effers. Oh, boy. Fight, fight, fight.
Chat, Hannah and I are having a very good day.
Wind changer with 20 bits. Make racists afraid again. That
Hell
would be nice.
Yeah. So I woke Hannah up incidentally and was like, hey, it's official, they called it. And then we got to cuddle, have celebratory
There's
cuddles.
nothing funny about the tools of capitalism.
This person says, some lib TARD, tried telling me that Trump doesn't have the executive power to block votes that interfere with his ability to remain president. Take a middle school civics class before you disrespect my president. Blocked and reported. I would love for this person to explain to me why they think the sitting president has the ability to get rid of votes that vote against them. Wrong, Tucker Hanna. You just called Tucker White Tucker Carlson. It just made me think about it because you said Tucker.
There's nothing funny about the tools of capitalism.
Obo1 with 700 bits. Tacos for Hannah and Baja. Thank you. Chief Tony of 400 bits. I've been drinking the salty tears of Chuds all day and didn't think it would taste so good. It's given me life. It's giving us all life. Here's this guy.
Hey guys, Trump could still win this election even though the media called it. All he has to do is not concede and not step down, and he goes to the House of Representatives, which each state only gets one vote in who goes in. And since there's more red states than blue states, Trump would win the election.
Wow, that guy's confusing the Senate with the House, and he doesn't understand that the House only gets to decide who wins the presidency if there's a tie electorally. There's a whole ball of wrong in the statement that kid made. At least the kid looks young. Like, I don't know. It's not good, but at least I understand that he's young and dumb. What's this say? War never changes. It's exactly the same, no matter the era. And then we have...
There's nothing funny about the tools of capitalism.
Tim and Eric. Hold on. What's this character's name? Oh, Tim and Eric. He looks like Casey from Tim and Eric. Hold on, let me get... Where is it? Here. See this guy? And this guy? They look exactly the same. If only we taught social studies and civics still. I think they do in a lot of places, but I get what you're saying. Greasy. Greasy and sunburned.
There's nothing funny about
Rebecca Mansour says Biden wants to bring us together, which is why his supporters are busy drafting a gulag list for Trump supporters. Yep, totally. That's what we're doing. We're not just making fun of you. It's about gulags. MMO addicted to 20 bits. Okay, Hannah. Odds on Trump crashing the elector meeting with MAGA militias and forcing them to vote for him and his president at gunpoint. Democracy at its finest. I don't think that's going to happen. I understand the concerns, guys. I really do, especially after the last 4 years. We basically have, like, electoral PTSD with how Trump has behaved. But anything he does at this point is basically impotent rage. He's got nothing. He's got absolutely nothing. He can try and go to court, just like his other lawsuits. They're going to get thrown out because there's no evidence. You're fine. Hello, Darklit1219. Thanks for the bits. We have this image, which is I've seen floating around, presumably from 4chan, where it's a bunch of Trump supporters in some sort of concentration camp, and it says, Joe Biden inspects FEMA re-education camp number 526, Dallas, Texas, October 2021.
There's nothing funny about the tools of capitalism.
Okay, and then a MAGA person says, please give us food, sir. We're starving in here. Biden says, silence, bigot. Where were your complaints when Trump locked those poor children in cages? It's nice that they let them keep the hats in the concentration camp. Whose did I miss? PK the Lost? Yeah. Do you think enough Republicans could splinter off in the next election we have? The Democratic Party, the Republicans, and the Trump Party? That'd be great. The Republicans wouldn't win for years if they did that. Does this mean no more Soros checks? I think it means we all get a raise. We won. Klepto Polar Bear with 500 bits. Also, it needs to be said that Trump will leave office. The military will not commit a coup to stop Joe Biden from being president. McConnell and the GOP have completely abandoned him. Yeah, that'll be fine. He says he's not going to leave, but he'll change his tune as people explain what will happen to him if he doesn't. Tucker White 94 with 20 bits. Why would these chuds think we have any interest in sending them to the gulags? Scoot's gulag chart under the couch. And then Tucker White 94. You missed an earlier message of mine. It was about the Donald. MMO addicted to 20 bits. We lay off since we're not needed, Hannah. Don't forget Soros is a capitalist. That is true. Let me see if I can find the message. It's too bad Reddit shut down the Donald. I was waiting for this day to come so I could post my Suck It MAGA Chuds post that would have gotten banned. Well, I guess good and bad news. The Donald still exists as its own website. After it got banned from Reddit, they moved over to the Donald.win. It even has the exact same format as Reddit with upvotes and everything. We were going to look at this in a little bit. So, it does indeed exist. You'll get banned immediately, though. So, it's not really worth it, but, you know. Hoo boy. Okay, here's a racist lady who says racist stuff. She says 200,000 black votes for Gerber boy Biden, LOL. She says there isn't, even though that's grammatically incorrect. There isn't 200,000 blacks that can read or write, much less fill out a ballot. Yeah.
Oh my fucking god.
Yeah, these racist shits are the worst.
Holy shit.
Dio-chan, thank you for following. A Leo Bite with 100 bits. Why do fascists always accuse us of wanting to do to them the same thing they want to do to us? Projection. The right is full of projection. Chapelmon, thank you for resubscribing. Hello, Hannah and Chad. I hope everyone is well. Biden winning is a much-needed good news following my husband's termination from our employer. Rough times ahead for our household. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. That's a shame. I hope he's able to find new employment soon. Killjoy with a link Trump speech plan messed up the location. Come on. Is it going to load? There we go. Trump sparks confusion after announcing press conference at small landscaping firm. Donald Trump has sparked confusion after announcing 3 times on Twitter that there will be a big press conference held in Philadelphia. He just couldn't decide on where. Lawyers press conference at Four Seasons Philadelphia at 11 a.m., the president tweeted on Saturday morning, apparently in reference to the 4-star hotel in the center of the city. Mr. Trump quickly corrected his mistake, following up his first tweet with Four Seasons Landscaping, then another which read, big press conference today in Philadelphia at Four Seasons Total Landscaping, 11:30 a.m. Minutes later, he sent a 4th tweet saying, lawyers press conference at Four Seasons Landscaping, Philadelphia. Enjoy. An online search shows that Four Seasons Total Landscaping, a local business on the outskirts of Philadelphia, established in '92. It's not clear why the Trump campaign is holding a press conference there, but it comes amid efforts by Mr. Trump and his advocates to cast doubt on an election that he has now lost to Joe Biden. Shortly before the press conference began, Associated Press called Pennsylvania for Mr. Biden, taking Democratic nominee above 270 electoral votes needed to win the presidency. It took until Saturday to announce the results there due to delays in vote counting following a surge in mail-in ballots amid the coronavirus pandemic. Interesting. Yeah. Seems like someone messed up. I don't know where along the chain of command someone screwed up that badly, but it's honestly hilarious and indicative of the dysfunction throughout the entire administration. It's beautiful. I could not have ended the Trump administration any more perfectly. Ooh, here's this guy. I think Jake's covered this guy before. He's some sort of, like, comedian on the right, and he has a new video.
Y'all just don't get it, do y'all? It's so cute. Y'all so silly. Y'all so silly listening to the media. Y'all really believe CNN? Y'all really believe fake news CNN?
All of them called it, not just CNN. Fox News also called it.
And fake news, Fox News?
Oh, no, he's one of these right-wingers who thinks Fox fucking News isn't right-wing enough. That's always nice.
The media don't get to decide who the president-elect is.
No. No one said they do. The media projects a winner, which they've done every year since news media has been a thing. Like, that's not a new thing. In the United States, televised news media has projected a winner in every presidential election since their inception. It's what the news does. They're supposed to report on things.
The media don't get to certify who the president-elect is. This is not over. Oh, y'all so silly.
Tiger White 94.
It's cute. Y'all thought it was over.
This counts for the straw man space on the card.
That's so cute. Y'all really thought this was over. So this is what the media is not telling you.
This Coke tastes a little salty.
You dummies. Because y'all so dumb. So this is what the media is not telling you, okay?
Logarth, the 20 bits. Cope.
The media is not telling you that President Trump has figured out that they have been fraudulent in this election.
I don't think Trump's ever figured out anything in his entire life. Why would he start now? Wind Chanter with 20 bits, with 40 bits actually. It's the day before the inauguration of Joe Biden. Trump has been held up in the Oval Office in a 10-day standoff with SWAT teams. They're finally able to gas him and break through when they walk in to find piles of McDonald's wrappers and fences spread across the walls. There is Trump passed out, with his pants around his ankles, face red and tears drying on his face. The nation's temper tantrum is over. Thief of Hearts with some bits. What a glorious day it is. I have another clip for you, Hannah. This is from Jeremy's stream last night when asked what Biden's term will look like beyond cringe. All right. Throw me that link.
Which y'all don't... See, this is what the media is not telling y'all, okay? The media is not telling y'all that there has been a lot of voter fraud going on.
Wait, can we trust the media or not? And no, the media hasn't been saying there's been a bunch of voter fraud because there hasn't been any evidence of widespread voter fraud. There's been none. There's been no evidence of that. Rudy Giuliani keeps trying and he keeps failing. America's mayor, he sucks. Tucker White 94, a thought occurs. What's to stop Trump from pulling a Grover Cleveland and running for a second term in 2024? Nothing. He might try that. We'll see what happens. Alobite with 25 bits. If you open the dictionary for the definition of cope, you'll find pictures of a MAGA hat.
Nothing funny about the tools of capitalism.
There's the link, and then Logarth with another 20 bits with another link. Hold on, let me pull those up real quick. There's the streamable link. And there's this. You took everything from me. I don't even know where I am. That's pretty good.
And that, guess what? We have a lot of evidence. President Trump has a lot of evidence. Oh,
a lot of it. Weird that it's been days and none of it's actually been presented to any judges or any media outlets. Weird. MMO Addicted. Oh God, best case scenario, 2024 Republicans deny Trump a nomination and he goes independent instead, effing the election for them. Honestly, that'd be amazing.
And he got the biggest and the baddest legal team. I mean, they are so good. But you know what? Y'all wouldn't know that because you listen to the fake news. And
whoa! Xenon X-Simer with 5,000 bits, which is the most bits I've ever gotten in one shot. Loving the stream, Hannah. Hopefully this will help fuel your hat collection. Thank you so much. Wind Chanter with 20 bits. Putin has Parkinson's, says is stepping down. This is a good year for getting rid of fashy presidents, huh?
Hannah.
Although Putin's a much more successful one, obviously. What's up?
There was just a mother, a tiny child, and a grandmother that walked past right as I
There's nothing
shouted,
funny about the tools of capitalism.
That's $50.
you don't go out there.
Okay, well, I'm streaming and screaming and swearing. My neighbors don't deserve to hear that. Wing the Ultimate Nug with 20 bits. No one is wearing masks, even though Florida is having a huge spike. 80,000 new cases in Florida since November. I'm freaking out. Yeah. People need to be wearing masks, and I don't think they should be going outside at all, but I can't stop them from going out if they're going to go celebrate. They need to be distancing and wearing masks. Tucker White 94 with 20 bits. We now have a new challenger to take the title from us, MMO Addicted.
And seek the truth for yourself. I mean, the truth can slap you right in the face and you wouldn't know it did. I mean, you
the irony.
You gotta do your research, people. So this is gonna be held up in courts, and President Trump will still be your president for 4 more years. So if I were y'all, I wouldn't be celebrating so early. Don't do it to yourself.
This level of delusion is actually pretty sad. This guy, I think, built his career on being like a right-wing comedian under Trump. Not just a right-wing comedian, but like a Trump comedian. You know what I mean? And it's over. He didn't even get a full 8 years to ride the grift train. It's done after 4. What's this poor guy gonna do? He'll have to, like, get a real job or learn to write real jokes.
Don't hurt yourself like that. Yeah, because getting yourself...
This is what Carlton would be if he was real. Sadly, that's probably true.
All happy. It's like self-abuse, knowing that President Trump is going to win in the end. So don't do that to yourself. It's not good for your health. Yeah. We got this. Don't even worry about it, everybody. President Trump will win. Joe Biden is not the real winner at all.
Yeah, just say it enough. That'll become true. Holy crap, another one. Gaelic with 5,000 bits. Happy Dump Trump Day. Hope you're well and Baja's dissertation is going well. Stellar Sea Cow with 50 bits. Putin is going away. Trump is going away. Can we get some good vibes to Poland, Turkey, Belarus, and Hungary? True. Let's just all the fascy people all around the globe. Let's just stop them. Can't believe people 5,000 bits from Gaelic. That is crazy. Thank you so much. You have no idea how much I appreciate it. Let's see what else this dude has to say other than retweets. He says the Democrats are demanding President Trump and his supporters to stop worrying about voter fraud, and they're asking for everyone to trust them in the system. I'm demanding the Democrats to confess and turn themselves in for voter fraud. Look, if you have evidence of actual voter fraud that you can present, like, to the court, that's great. Then present it. But if you don't, then don't just sit around and yell fraud, because it means nothing. Without evidence and without actually backing it up, it's not evidence that fraud has occurred. You can't just declare fraud like you're Michael Scott declaring bankruptcy.
I declare bankruptcy!
MMO addicted to 20 bets. Poland has no good vibes. Poland is dying. Euthanize it. I mean, I know you've been having a bad time over there, but I hope things turn around for you. Yeah, let's get back to other cope, shall we? Do-do-do-do. Oh, did you guys see? Someone said some of the cops are crying in this. I don't actually see it, but
Definitely crying.
nah, they might just not want to show their face. Like, that's completely fine.
Oh, but he wipes his eyes and
I don't see it.
What, you liked it over there?
This guy looks a little forlorn, though. 2016, November 3rd, Russia hacked the election. Russia hacked the election. Russia hacked the election. Haha, idiot, the election can't... Guys, do you not understand? When people were talking about Russia in 2016 and beyond, it wasn't literally, and people on the right still don't understand what the criticism was regarding Russia. No one was saying Russia literally hacked into the election. That it was not the claim that was being made. It was about influencing people via social media and misinformation campaigns to change their votes or influence their votes. God, these people, they're so stupid. Logarth with 20 bits. That backward peace symbol is the European middle finger. Just saying. Oh, I didn't know that. Mo Sauron. Good night, Hannah and Baja. Enjoy the party. I have to go to work for another idiot ruining the country. Elon. Oh, no. Hope it goes all right. Tiger White 94. I confess. I stole your clone's eye patch, Hannah. I did it. Wait, that wasn't the confession that MAGA Chud wanted. And Obo-Wan with 100 bits. The thing to stop Trump from running in 2024 is if he were to either get arrested for the charges Mueller gave in his report and the New York State's attorney charges, or if he leaves the U.S. and helps a foreign insurancy of the U.S. If Donald Trump tried to leave the country and, like, defect, which I don't think is likely, I think that's, again, fan fiction, but if he did, I don't think the Secret Service would let him do that. Because at this point, Secret Service, you basically have to have it if you were a president. You don't get to just, like, dismiss them. You have to have it. And if you tried to leave on a plane to Russia to go talk about, like, your top secret information, which, by the way, Trump doesn't remember any top secret information he's been given. He would be a terrible information source in the first place. Yeah, he's basically trapped. No collusion. 4 more years. Suck it, snowflakes. A comprehensive and well-documented report from the FBI that suggests ties to outside influence in the election. And then it's just, an error in the vote count that make line go squiggle. That is good. the inability or refusal of Republicans to recognize that the reason that mail-in voting favored Biden was because Donald Trump spent the last year demonizing mail-in votes is so frustrating. Beyond belief.
Trump is tweeting again.
Oh no, Trump is tweeting? What's he tweeting? What's this dumb bitch tweeting? Oh no, he's still doing it. Oh, it's all caps. We have all caps. The observers were not allowed into the counting rooms. This is untrue. I won the election, got 71,000 legal votes. Bad things happened, which our observers were not allowed to see. Never happened before. Millions of mail-in ballots were sent to people who never asked for them. Also untrue. What a dumb bitch. What a dumb bitch. I am 71,000 legal votes, the most ever for a sitting president. Yeah, you still lost, though, because the other person running got more. The other person running got more.
That's right, capitalistic propaganda.
Trump is screaming about the Michigan county up in the lower peninsula that had the error, and he's talking about how it was like fraud and shit.
Trump is such a dummy. Orange man mad. Orange man is mad. Coping with loss. That's a good one. Comrade Airlasark, thanks for following. Yeah, Twitter should shut him the fuck up at this point. Seriously. Is Biden your president? Are you a citizen or resident? No, Joe Biden is not your president. Are you a U.S. citizen or resident? Yes. Do you like him? And did you vote for him? Yes or no, I hate him. Joe Biden is your president. Funny. This guy says, QAnon was a Democratic strategy to keep many conservatives complacent in trusting the plan while the left continued their evil corruption. Guys, I've been warning you dummies about QAnon all year. Beyond that, I wasn't doing Twitch and stuff. There have been multiple people who've been like, hey guys, stop with the QAnon stuff. What are you doing? What are you doing? They called Nevada. Let's take a look. Oh, they did for Joe Biden.
There's nothing funny about the tools of capital.
Oh, did they? Okay. So why did someone post that? Obowan with 100 bits. 74 days till Trump's Twitter account gets suspended. I hope so. Stellar Sea Cow. Atrium County. That's my mom's county, and she was bitching about it being clear evidence that Democrats cheated. Note, this was her first time ever voting. Ridiculous. How's Georgia doing? 99%. Biden up under 10. Okay. We'll see how that goes. They're going to probably go to a recount. Not that it matters at this point, but...
Hey, I wasn't sassing you. Hannah was sassing you. I just let her know that they called it this morning.
Jahara Drim, thanks for 20 bits. Tucker White 94, 20 bits. God, I wish Aubrey Huff wasn't a MAGA idiot. It makes it hard for me to appreciate what a great baseball player he was in the 2000s. I don't even know who that is. Honestly, I don't know baseball things. I don't know any sports things. Shit, almost dropped my phone. Caught it, though. Oh, this was my favorite one. I tweeted this because this was my favorite one. So we have, once again, consistent theming here. We have more MAGA chuds in some sort of camp. It's a chud camp, no girlfriends allowed. And they say, we're sorry, please let us out. I'll support Muslim immigrants. I was just memeing. I'll die a virgin here. I'm sorry for being a chud. I love brown people. Please. And then the exit, it's got like a trans flag on this gate, and then a cat girl comes out and says, wow, thanks, Joe. I feel much better now that I've transitioned and I'm no longer a dirty, gross chud. And then Joe Biden says, listen up, chuds. I'm gonna lay it on you straight. No flim-flam. You're awful no good rotten chuds. You'll never have sex and I'll see to it. You don't deserve it. You're cruel. Your only option to get out is to become someone less fortunate's girlfriend. It'll only take a minute to walk through. There were more of these too. What's with chuds? And the obsession with forced feminization. Because this is a theme that we see in some of this salt later on. A lot of them seem to be pretty, like... Speaking of feminization, can you get my medication? I actually forgot to take it today. Seriously, though. I need the T blockers, the estrogen, and the omeprazole. Thank you. Seriously though, what is with chuds and this obsession? Guys, I can walk you through getting hormones if you want it. Seems like a weird thing, but you know, do what you want, chuds.
Why are we so concerned about Republicans, conservatives, Democrats, liberals? Listen the fuck up.
It's a projection.
Joe Biden wins,
okay,
which right now he's projected to win, but I believe there's election fraud, and it's obvious. But if he wins, let me just tell you something. I don't care. I simply don't. Because at the end of the day, are we really forgetting who's really in charge? The man up there.
Thrash Mio with 100 bits. I'm such a sore winner. I just drove through a Trump supporter protest at my Capitol wearing a Black Lives Matter mask, taking the Willy Wonka pose. Someone yelling F you at me warmed me inside. Nice. Thank you.
Stomach medicine. Titty Skittles. And yeet to the testosterone.
Thank you.
There's nothing funny about the tools of capitalism.
I love you too. Toeen24 with 20 bits. Sarah McLaughlin song. For just a cup of coffee a day, you two can help these poor chuds become beautiful ooh cat girls like Nikki here. Someone make that.
Yeah.
You're fired. You're fired.
I gotta take these. Give me a sec.
You're fired.
Shit,
You're fired. You're fired. You're all fired. All four are fired.
Thank you.
You're fired. 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 You also are fired. You're 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 both fired. You're 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 fired.
This person says Joe Biden finished 4th in the Iowa caucuses. Joe Biden finished 5th in New Hampshire. Good thing he got first place in the one that mattered, I guess. There's the clip. Oh, here's the clip of Giuliani again.
The poll? The poll? Because they don't decide the election. The call for Joe Biden isn't it? Who was it called by? Oh my goodness, all the networks. Wow. All the networks. We have to forget about the law. Judges don't count. All the networks thought Biden was going to win by 10%. Gee, what happened?
Rudy, the networks aren't deciding who wins. They're reporting who won based upon what the decision was made by the people of the United States.
Capitalistic propaganda.
Eves, thanks for following. See this one? Let me see. Oh, this was sad. Guys, check this shit out. This is what I'm talking about with the theme of the forced feminization being a thing in these Chud posts. They say, if you're a young male who voted for Trump, this will be the only way to survive Biden's presidency. They will be looking for you. Get a wig, a cute dress, and some nice jewelry, a few makeup tutorials, and lay low for the next 4 to 5 years. Your free girl pills and... Oh, I wish they were free. I wish they were free. Your free girl pills and diapers are on the table to your left. I don't know why the diaper thing. I'm so glad you finally decided to indulge your AGP. It's been embarrassing to see you all try to deny it. Now, just sit down at one of your sissy hypno stations. You'll forget all about that silly Biden and just think about how cute you'll look with double D tits. AGP is, autogynephilia. It's a bullshit thing people on the right made up about trans people to make it look like we're fetishists. Since the globalist elites have won and there's no hope left, I've decided to just take the pink pill and transition. At least this way, when the re-education camps come, I can just tell them I'm a tranner and they'll let me go. And then this last one. This one, the other ones seem trolly and just transphobic. This one feels a little genuine, and I feel bad for this person if that's the case.
There's nothing funny about the tools of capital.
I'll go back and get bit messages, guys. I'm getting a ton today, sorry. They say, I'm so effing depressed. I think I'm going to transition, bros. It feels so weird to say it. I've wanted to be a girl for years, but held it back because I thought Donald Trump would make suppressing it worthwhile by making America great again. But he's gone now. Why stay a man? Biden will continue to push trans rights to their extremes. There's no point in fighting anymore. My future is female. That one's a little sad, because I almost believe it. I almost believe that's from a real, like, egg. But who knows? Quite simple, Hannah. If these chuds can't get a girlfriend, they'll become the girlfriend. Oh, Jesus. Trump found out he lost while golfing. Is there video? Funny.
Orange man sad.
This one says, at this point, I'm going to start taking estrogen since there's no point anymore. The cow god worshipping Satanists won, and the only logical choice is to live a life of hedonism so that they'll ignore me and not put me into a re-education center when the day comes that they take over completely. You win. Congrats. I hope it was worth it. It was worth it. Oh, I'm not reading that one. That one's gross.
Could you scoot over so I could come sit next to you?
If it's real, I wish her all the happiness in the world once her egg hatches. I agree. I don't know. It's probably not real, but it could be. Who knows? Joe Biden's team is making threats to remove Trump. They don't want to wait on recounts and audits. I hope this doesn't happen, but if there's a civil war, President Trump will win, just like Abraham Lincoln. But we don't want that, right? No, it's not a threat. Donald Trump said he's refusing to leave the Oval Office. And if that happens, then he becomes a trespasser, and you can't trespass at the Oval Office. Trump returning to the White House. Trump watches celebrations of his defeat as he returns to the White House from playing golf on Saturday.
Oh, fuck you, Donald!
There's nothing funny about the tools of capitalism.
Tucker White 94, it's been fun, but my NASCAR day job is starting now. Gotta go. Thanks for coming to the stream. Appreciate it. Let's see what this says. This is on 4chan. At first I was disappointed that Dems rigged it and Trump didn't immediately win, but now I'm loving this meltdown from Dems over seeing this massive fraud gradually exposed, and all they can do is beg the courts to stop investigating and shout "Cope into the void."
That's right.
What delusional world does this person live in? Guys, there are no investigations because there's no evidence anything happened. Like, by all means, if you want to waste court's time, go and do it. Exercise your legal rights to do whatever you want. Nothing will happen. It's ridiculous. This is even better than Trump simply getting reelected. This serves to expose the scum of the elites and their hypocrisy at the same time. Trump is winning, Biden is running scared and canceled his press conference because of the Pennsylvania ruling. Zero comments from Kamala. Pelosi is blaming everyone else. They really expected Trump to just concede and they'd get away with it. What a bunch of R-words. Shills, feel free to insult me or tell me to cope. I'm loving this meltdown. Yeah, I've seen that.
That's fucking amazing.
Funnyman000000. Thanks for following.
There's nothing funny about the tools of capitalism.
This guy says, that's it. That seals the deal. I've been an American citizen for 54 years, and in all my time of being one, I've never seen an election this bad. I've had enough of it. Until you fix this country, I'll be packing my bags to England, where they actually know how to run a country. I don't know how to break it to you. England doesn't want you. MH Dark Beast, we don't even want you. It's tradition to leave a letter or on or in the resolute desk for the next president. Anyone expect that in Donnie Dipstick's case, he just takes a squat and shits on the desk and then uses his fingers to smear his signature on it? He's not going to write any sort of letter or anything, no. Someone labels the Biden win fake news and then, rigged, rigged, rigged. I absolutely don't want to live in this nation where our great president Trump is getting robbed. This is absolutely the final straw. My kids are in danger and I won't live in this nation another day. I'm moving to Alaska. I'm finally leaving the USA. Alaska's in the US. What are you talking about? Was that a chud?
Yeah. They said that Biden virgins mauled more, I don't know. More for me, your Seath is hilarious.
Let me see. Let's take a look. Hi, funny man. How you doing? Hope you're having a wonderful day. At least half as good as ours is. Biden virgins mauled more for me. Your seethe is hilarious. Hey, bud. Yeah, I said it.
Also, we fuck, so like we fuck.
There's no seethe here, friend. There's nothing but love. Please. Retreat from your losing position and come be a I wouldn't say not asshole. We're being assholes today. But come be a decent person with us. The in-person salt's honestly even better. Please, today, chuds, come at me today. I'm all about it.
Oh, they're still watching.
Oh, I'm sure they are. I hope they enjoyed the stream. Trump lost. Get over it. It's not over. With the fraud... Oh, wait, let me go back to the beginning. Fact check. Wrong. After someone says Joe Biden wins the president, which he did. The media does not decide who wins elections. Donald Trump won this election. The media doesn't decide who wins. I do. Correct. The media doesn't decide who wins the election. However, they do report on who wins. So, fun. It's not over with the fraud claims, the increasing number of reports in the Supreme Court ordering recounts without the late ballots. I am sure Trump actually won. No. Donald Trump is the president of the United States. Donald Trump has been reelected by the people of the United States in accordance with and in a manner consistent with the Constitution of the United States. There, I called it. I have every bit as much rights to do that as any news outlet. You have the right to say it. That doesn't make it accurate or in line with reality. Oath the Fallen has followed. I'm wondering if this is going to be the same chud, but they have a second account.
Oh, God. Oh, God. They did an unban request and said the N-word as the unban request.
Very edgy.
Fuck you! Fuck you! Don't come in here with that racist-ass bullshit. You can get the fuck out. Oh, and you're getting reported by all of the mods. So go cry about it, you fucking dick.
They're so mad today, guys. This is a good day. This is the best day, and I love it. I'm not upset. The president might have lost, but watch me have an epic gamer moment. Get fucked. Oh, this is just a fun one. This is America. Love it or leave it, snowflake. Gays can get married and adopt children. That's the law. Brown people were here before us and they'll be here after us. Get used to it. The Affordable Care Act is the law. Tough shit. Your pre-existing conditions are covered. It's illegal to discriminate based on sex, race, or nationality. Go cry me a river. If you don't like it, leave. This is America. He says I won this election by a lot. He did not. Fun fact, Donald Trump actually lost the election by, let's see, let's look at the exact numbers right now. I don't think Georgia's been called. Let's see. So far, Biden is winning by a decent number of electoral votes. He's, of course, over the 270 required to win. And also, he's 4 million votes ahead in the, in the popular vote. So, fun fact, Donald Trump lost.
So when someone requests to get unbanned, you can deny them and send a reason why. And my reason why was, you're a racist cunt.
Is this what happiness feels like? I guess so. You might say this day is worth its weight in salt, reggae horn. Jesus Christ. Where is all supporters? Where are all supporters? They're not the best in English, are they? Where is all supporters? We need to protest. We demand a recount. Loud and clear now. Recount, recount, recount. This is voter fraud. And look at Obama in his face. He's Muslim. Well, that's just the mask is coming off, guys. Look at Obama in his face. He's Muslim, which literally just means he's brown. Therefore, I think he's a religion I don't like. So demand a recount now, everyone. Please, we have to fix this now. Altered Rin with 20 bits. Even as a trans woman who enjoys diaper stuff, I don't know what that one chud was talking about, although there are a large amount of trans women in the ABDL community, which is interesting, but it is not common with most trans women. Yeah, that's a pretty niche subculture, I think. Oh, this person does what the electoral map really looks like. Even though, no, it doesn't look like that. Nah. This was part of the plan. The media is irrelevant. Ignore them. We won a fair election. Time will tell. I assume these were a little bit apart. Jesus Christ. Okay, what's the Jeremy thing? Someone sent me a clip of Jeremy.
4 years of no malarkey. And 4 years of, come on, man. Hey, vicious ruler, authoritarian leader in North Korea. Come on, man. Come on, man. Iran. Come on. And then we got another 4 years of, you go, girl. Oh, just a woman is talking. I'm talking here. Come on.
That's the whole clip.
Man.
Jesus Christ, Jeremy. There's gonna be a lot of basement pee tonight. Jesus Christ. This person says, Trump has won. It's over now. The reason they still haven't called the election and say they won't be able to until maybe even Tuesday is because the Democrats are cornered and thinking what to do. Do they go forward despite being found out, or do they let Trump win to avoid the fallout? Checkmate. Bernie can still win, Cope. Give the shilling a rest. Confirmed fraud is already going public. Tell your pedo master his money is better spent elsewhere. Biden is winning because of an effing glitch. No, it's not because of a glitch. Are you kidding me right now? He won. Trump won. Good will always prevail over evil. Fact check. Trump indeed did not win. Biden did. Fun fact. Just a reminder, someone married that man. I know. Hopefully they'll be divorced soon. Here we go. This is a post from Poll. He says, I'm sorry, but did Trump already lose? Oh, that's right. The election isn't even over yet. In fact, there's still 4 states left to be counted. Does not having the lead with 4 states remain count as a loss? Someone doesn't understand what projections are. Is that what you're saying? Because if you're saying that, I can assure you that you're wrong. Why would you make this topic when the election is still going? Trump votes are still being counted right now, as are Biden votes, but there's more of the Biden votes than the Trump votes, thus the projection. Why would you make this topic when the election is still going? Trump votes are still being counted right now, and he has been the best president in America for how many years now? He's up against one of the worst candidates ever who just happened to take a lead because they're counting fraudulent votes. Citation? Is there any citation for that claim? No? Okay. But you know what? Biden still effing sucks. Trump is one of the best presidents in history. He has record low unemployment last year. You notice that they say last year. You know why they have to say last year? Because they're not that this year. And it would have been this year if coronavirus didn't get made up. Maybe you should shut up before you make R-word topics like this. You know why? Because you're going to be embarrassed when Trump wins and someone bumps this topic. Oh, look at that. Trump just closed the gap in Georgia when Biden needed to win, just like Hillary did. Are you drunk? Are you an R-word? You are an effing idiot, and you should never make this topic on this board again, and I'm effing serious. I almost have a feeling you're the guy making all these anti-Trump posts because you're an F-slur hater who doesn't like the president because he is good. F you. Be good at something in your life, and then maybe try to troll the effing president on the board like I give an F. It's so easy to spot out your threads now. You're an R-word, always doing stupid stuff like this. Why don't you try to be a good poster just for once? For once in your effing life, try not to make a topic like this. That's just you. You're always right at getting it wrong. F you. You are nothing. That should be some copy pasta. That's a big cope. That's a big one. Stellar Sea Cow, thank you for 4-month streak. Appreciate it. And then... Asmel Yorgur, 4chan mods pinned a Biden victory thread on poll with victory music. There's a link there. I'm not going to click on it, though. I'm not stupid enough to click on any 4chan link while I'm on stream. Do you know the chances of clicking on a 4chan link and finding, like, some sort of disgusting, like, child pornography? It's a non-zero chance. Not worth. Not worth. What does this say? This is this is the thread.
Yeah.
I'll just read it, because I'm not going to show it on screen, because I'm not showing live 4chan threads. For the reasons I just said, Joe Biden has been elected as president of the United States. Keck, sounds like you're the one coping. Say it with me. Still your president. F, I forgot that was her name. I was even planning on buying a fleshlight modeled after her. I don't even know who that's supposed to be talking about. Yes, seeing the mods spread the unofficial election as well. Nice board this has become. Guys, it's as official as it gets on election night ever. Like, media projections, I feel like it shows that this is a lot of, like, younger Trump supporters' first election that they've been paying attention to, because the media projects a winner every election. This is not new. This is not nefarious. It's their job to report the news. And when you have a reasonable assumption of who's going to win based on the numbers that are already in, when there's, like, such a large lead that it's insurmountable for the other person, then it's reasonable to call that election, and it's fine. This has always been a thing, and it's always been certified later after the fact. Like, the only times that it's been off are the year 2000. Rustafarian 601, thanks for gifting 2 subs, and Muffin Really Matters, thank you for following. This person says, and I tell you how much revulsion I feel towards Americans. I drive around blasting SS marching songs in hopes... Wow! Nope, not reading that one. That gets real bad.
I have stolen the cat.
4chan should be, like, blown up from the internet. Like, someone needs to nuke 4chan. You guys remember in Sonichu, there's an issue where Sonichu and Rosachu go to a parody of 4chan and blow the building up? I wish that would happen in real life, but, like, you can't blow up a website. I'm not calling for any actual violence, let me be clear. I'm talking about the fictional event in Sonichu where that happened. Noodles Lolcat with 100 bits. Really worried about the QAnon people. It can go from trust the plan, where we go one, we go all, to what happened to the plan, Q, to we need to stop the evil pedo Democrats ourselves, to mass shootings quick. Yeah, the QAnon stuff's gonna get crazy. End of the world, and it's a picture of Joe Biden. This person says, Trump isn't going anywhere. It doesn't matter what the popular vote is. It doesn't matter what the media is reporting as the Electoral College. It doesn't effing matter. Fraud is going to be investigated. If it's not uncovered, it's going to the Supreme Court. If that doesn't work, the electors will vote Trump in. Republicans control 27 state legislators, and every single one of them is going to vote Trump in, bypassing the popular vote. The best part is, it's 100% legal. Stop listening to the shills and stop losing faith. Trump has already won. Yeah, no, not happening. Congratulations, Donald. You made America great again by leaving it. And then Stellar Seacow with 20 bits. Okay, but watching a cry when the Swimming Boy anime was announced by a studio who was up until then known for Mo Anime Girls was one of the best days of my life. I don't know what any of that means. I gotta take these hats off. I'm getting a crazy headache. I'll wear them like the other ones on my wrists.
You're so cute.
Ah, I got it.
Okay, but this one needs to be less tight.
Cool. So I do have the hats on. They're just not on my head because they're giving me a headache.
She's bending the rules.
That's not, the rules just say I put on a hat. It doesn't say where on my body I put them on. No rules have been bent. This is completely within the margin of error. I'm so sorry for having really good and objectively correct takes on literally everything one can possibly have an opinion on. I didn't mean to. Someone send this to Jake. I think he would feel this one. Rich, handsome, 6'2", 8x6 monster PP. Can get a job anywhere he wants, travels the world. 5 white kids. Has effed the tightest, best P word he can find in every major city on the planet. Oh. What the F were these leaks supposed to do? Make Trump supporters commit suicide? I think they're talking about Hunter Biden. They're talking about the Hunter Biden email BS.
I want to make you drink Starbucks. These people seek absolute sameness, total uniformity. You're happy with your corner coffee shop. They want to make you drink Starbucks every day from now until forever, no matter how it tastes. That's the future they promise. Everyone doing the same thing.
About the two.
The horror! I don't want Starbucks. Jahar Drim with 20 bits. Oh my god, yes, you got rid of Pence too. Yup. This is a good one. This guy says, if Trump loses, then Q failed. Since that is not possible, there is no way Trump can lose. That's pretty good. That's the best. That is the best use of circular logic I've ever heard. Chief Tony with 30 bits. To anyone who thinks we stole the election, we did. You guys should have stolen it better, morons.
That's right, capitalistic propaganda.
These are from the Donald, I think. Please pray for Trump. The Lord is with Trump. Jesus will not let Satan win. We will win this. And they said, I'm ready to celebrate already. When is it official? You know what's better? Go through a little bit of migraine. Give them just a taste of victory. Then expose them and tear it away at the last minute. Oh, think how glorious the salt is going to be. We'll have the biggest, most beautiful salt mine. The funny thing is, that's very much describing what happened between election night and now. when on election night we had the red mirage that had been talked about prior to the election, again, because of the mail-in ballots being counted last, which, of course, skewed heavily Democrat. So, like, making them think they're going to win and then ripping it away from them is basically what happened, except in the opposite way this person thought it was going to. We'll have enough salt to last until Barron's presidency. They want to live in a monarchy so bad. What is wrong with these people? Towing 24 with 20 bits. I got $20 that some RW grifter claims Q is Jesus to kick off the new mega church. And then Comrade Devin with 20 bits. Logic, and then a link.
You have to look at some of those prophet people.
Yeah.
They're freaking out.
Yeah. All right, we're probably done looking at the images for a little bit, okay? We might come back to this later, but let's do some video. We'll do some video. Windchanter with 20 bits. What do you think about the libs yelling at the progs for being progs, saying they cost them the majority in the House? It is what it is.
There's nothing funny about
you know, it'd be nice. Either way, we still have a House majority. It's fine. But it would have been nice to pick up the Senate. But, you know, you deal. Knob J with 110 bits. They'll still be screaming Trump will win 2 years from now. Yeah.
That's right.
It's going to be this is how Bernie could win, but for people on the right. Stop the fraud 2020. God, we got to get into, like, doing some of these grifter things. What a good thing to get into to make money. Jay Quiggles 2, thanks for following. Let me see. Where is the guy who was doing the Sid? There we go. Okay. So Sid Roth, this guy has been doing videos that are like, I saw the election results, and it's people saying Trump will win, right? It looks like they're live right now. Let's see what they're saying. Because their psychics said Trump was going to win and that they saw it. They saw it with their psychic powers. Of course, that hasn't come to fruition. So what could they possibly be doing during this live stream right now?
Slander going all around about you, but this was the season that David was in Psalm 7, and he actually sings about and shows us how to righteously walk through a season like that. So grab your Bible, grab your journal, and join me as we worship in Psalm 7.
Oh no!
Take refuge, save and deliver me.
Jesus Christ. Nope, not listening to this lady sing. Let me see if I can find some other psychic stuff. Election. Prophecy.
There's nothing funny about the tools of capitalism.
Bellum Guardian, wow, donating $100. What's up, Hannah? I don't make it to your streams live very often because I'm a night owl, but I couldn't miss this one. The Chud Rage is too addictive anyway. Have a bunch of money because I'm financially irresponsible. Thank you.
Holy shit, Bellum. Thank you so much. Oh my gosh.
Amazing, as Jessie Lee Peterson would say.
Lupine also says thank you. She's right here. She just came in.
And then Noodles Lolcat, thanks for the 20 bits.
That's right, capitalistic propaganda.
Low to Eng, thank you for following. Prophecy about election.
Hi, good evening. This is Tracy Eckert. I am going to wait for some people to jump on with the elections.
She's too quiet. I can't hear her. This is from a day. Well, let's do this one. This is 2
Hello,
days
Sid
ago.
Roth here, and I'm with two of my favorite prophets, Kevin Zadai and Tracy Cook. And I have to tell you, I have been watching the news on everything going on in reference to the presidential election, and I almost feel, Kevin, that I
want to say something. So chat, I just want you all to know that the county that John Doyle lives in, that he voted in, went blue. So effectively, John Doyle's vote didn't really matter much.
I mean, the presidential election doesn't go by district, so it doesn't matter anyway. It goes by popular vote by state.
I know.
Okay, just seemed weird that the district was mentioned because it doesn't. The district itself isn't particularly relevant.
I'm not talking about the district. I'm just talking about the county.
Okay.
Like he's swimming in blue.
I don't want to go. I know, but it's time to go. I don't want to go. It's time to go. I don't want to go. It's time to go. I don't want to go. Come on. I don't want to go. All right, we have a lot.
Jesus Christ.
can't watch it anymore because I don't believe that it's even news what's going on.
That's right, Sid. We gotta stay hooked up with the
That's pretty good.
The spirit, walk in the spirit, you know.
So, these guys over at It's Supernatural Network, who are wackadoos, made some predictions about the election by their prophets who said Donald Trump was going to win. And, of course, now they're trying to discredit the election because, of course, it reveals their prophets to be frauds.
No, we're in the flesh here, but you know what? Our vision is even sharper in the spirit. We got to live in what's coming and not just what's happening now. Sometimes we just got to walk by faith and stay away from the fake news.
Okay, question number one for both of you. I'll start with you, Kevin. Will President Trump, from what God is showing you, win his second term?
Yes, it is for sure, Sid, that God wants President Trump in. That's not the question. The question is...
The Democrats are so good at fraud that they somehow subverted the will of the creator of the universe. Devious! Logarth with 20 bits. Oh, are these the guys that started the Destiel thing? I don't know what that is.
Is the process going to eliminate the problems that are already existing in the accountability of the voting process itself? Because this is what's really being addressed here. It's kind of an exciting time because God's using this to expose the inaccuracies and the fact that people can do what they want in their state. This needs to be eliminated. These ability to.
I still don't think Trump's gonna lose his Twitter account once he's out of office. Twitter makes too much money from traffic they get when Trump tweets dumb shit.
Have fake things happen, like we're seeing things that are fake. I'm not worried about it, Sid, at all. I know that the Lord has his way in the whirlwind, and so I'm kind of excited right now. This is historical.
I believe that's that Romans 8:28. All things are going to work together for good. And that's what I believe. Tracy, is President Trump going to have a second term?
Well, it's the same thing, similar to Kevin, yes. 2 days ago, I just came, I was with Maldonado, and Trump was down there with Maldonado. And the Lord gave me a dream, and there was a spirit of confusion that would come on the day of the election. There would be a spirit of confusion, like a fake smoke cloud that would rise over the election. And the Lord said, "This
where your dancing crab emotes."
Just a time for my...
I'm sorry, I have no dancing crab emote.
People to
don't have those in this establishment.
Understand the power of prayer. I don't think we understand the authority that we possess now.
Oh God, Trump sent out 2 new tweets. Let's take a look. Oh, they're just the same ones that I looked at earlier. Okay. Yeah, all caps. You got to get those all caps tweets in while you can, you know? Doon 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 doon. Cope.
And we got to get back to the place of realizing we carry authority speaking from the heaven or the ethereal, and we speak it into the now. Prophecy itself in the elementary stage is not what we're talking about. We're talking about the levels of the prophets, step into the office of the shoes of the prophets, and speak in the mind, the will, and the purpose of God. But then we have to have the listener's ear to follow in obedience into it.
Killjoy 102,
but
thanks
according
for
to
following.
what God has shared with me, even with Kevin, I'm in agreement that what God has shown me, yes. But there's a lot of things has to play.
Jesus Christ. The point is that these people are completely wrong, obviously. They're losing it because their prophets were wrong.
Sid Roth here with my friend Mario.
This Sid Roth guy's a scumbag, by the way. His whole channel is this kind of crap. Bilking people out of money via his, like, shitty ministry. It's absolutely ridiculous.
Murillo, and you did it to me. I called him on the phone
Thanks
this
for the 20 bits,
morning,
Logarth.
and he said, Sid, you're on speaker. I'm speaking
This is one
to
of the better
a
memes
large
I've seen the
number
past
of
couple
young
days.
people, and I said, oh, that's music to my ears. It'd even be better if they weren't believers. You have to understand, I'm an evangelist. So are you, Mario. But I didn't miss a beat, did I?
No, sir. You were right there. It was wonderful. They all clapped real loud when you started speaking.
I heard that. Thank you for coaching them. No, I'm teasing.
All right, the hats are coming
Mario, I said something to you. I'm going to repeat it. I did a video that was up yesterday, and the video in less than a day is what, 1.5 million views, which is
wow.
I mean, it's crazy. The one I did before, 4 million views. But the one I just did, that will probably go about 5 or 6 million, was the thing that disturbed me were the responses, and that's when I spoke with you, and I knew I had to get you on social media as a result of that. People, it was hard to believe. Believers wrote into me and said, because of everything going on, I've lost my faith. I'm discouraged. I'm depressed. I'm terrified. Now, I can see the world talking that way.
Right.
But when believers talk that way,
yes.
It's like I'm not wired that way to even...
Can you imagine bullshitting so hard that you create a situation where people who thought you're prophetic, like they were so in that they thought your prophecies about the election were true, but when they become false, you've somehow made them think their whole religion might not be true. Absolutely crazy. I had Tate pulled up at some point. Where did he go? So your dad said I could use his parking lot. It's a joke on the Four Seasons thing, I'm guessing. Tate. Does someone have a link to Tate's Twitter that I could get real quick? Then Logarth with another. Ted Cruz on Hannity. Looks like they sent a camera down to the Titanic and found a body.
Oh,
that was pretty good. That was pretty good. No one has a link to Tate? Okay, I'll get it myself. That's not him. That's a fan page, but they're going to link to him somewhere in here, I'm sure. They'll at him. There we go. Wu Dan Master. Who's Tate? Tate is a crazy, wealthy right-winger that we cover a lot on this channel. He's an idiot who thinks he's smart because he made a bunch of money being a kickboxer, and then he invested in Bitcoin, and he makes the most ridiculous videos and scams people out of money.
He's also an incredibly
There's nothing
huge
funny about the
sexist.
tools of capitalism.
Yes, he is a sexist. Tate is a GTA character in real life. Oh my god, you're right. He reminds me of, from GTA 4, the bald guy. Forget his name.
The press. They're turfing my garden, so I can't drive my rainbow Lamborghini or my 992 or my Aspen because they're all stuck behind the turf guy, and then my fucking McLaren. I'm depressed.
Where's the incitement of violence you guys said is there? I haven't seen it. Someone said he incited violence at some point? Because if so, I want to report it. If we can ban him from Twitter, it'll be great. Most of you don't realize how substantial this is. He learnt about the law years ago.
British.
Oh, okay. Do they say learnt?
Yeah.
That's weird. About the law years ago, the hard way. It literally proves the votes are fake, can be applied to any numbers. They're using law to catch tax fraud. Real tax-avoiding G's are constantly fighting against Benfords. Oh my god.
Don't give a fuck about
Benford's Law. Guys, something that applies to your stock market value isn't going to apply to vote totals when they're split by mail-in, which is going to be heavily Democratic, and otherwise through in-person voting. Guys, how stupid is Tate? I swear to God. I don't see any incitement of violence. I would believe he did it, but unless someone's going to link it to me, you know. Sticks and Hammer's been freaking out. Let's see what he has to say. Sticks and Hammer has a video. What to expect if Beijing Biden manages to gain an asterisk presidency. I shouldn't have to say this, but here we are in 2020. It's not an asterisk presidency. Biden won by getting more votes. That's how it works. Because we have the Electoral College, votes in certain states mattered more, but nonetheless, that's what happened. He did find clothes once again. His last 2 days of videos have had him in the same robe. He's just been wearing a robe during his videos the last 2 days.
Alright everyone, the results of this election are so fried out at this moment that it resembles the old hippie dude who still obviously smokes a bowl for breakfast every morning in your neighborhood, so we're not really sure who is going to be the president. We're not really...
No, we know. It's been called at this point. Joe Biden's the president. When did he post this video? November 7th, which is, of course, today. Let me see if it says how many hours ago. He posted this 13 hours ago, so this is probably before they called the election. Nonetheless, he did win.
Really sure. Could be Trump.
Stellar Sea Cow, he won the popular vote and the electoral vote. Republicans couldn't. They literally couldn't. Yeah. Republicans haven't won the popular vote since 2004, and that was because of 9/11. Mm-hmm. Alright, that's pretty good. That's pretty good.
Trump or Biden. Could be Mickey Mouse for all we know, considering the voting machine problems we've seen in Michigan, considering everything else under the sun that we're seeing. It's the most corrupt election of the year in any country. I'd rather...
No, it's not. Again, these people are trying so hard to push this narrative that this election is, like, effed up, or that it's, like, I don't know, somehow a fraud. No, there's been absolutely no evidence of that. This has probably been the most secure election we've had in a very long time, just because so many people knew how important this was, and there have been poll watchers everywhere. There have been people who've been watching the ballot counts everywhere. Guys, Donald Trump lost because he is incredibly unpopular. He's never once, not even in the first week of his presidency, was he above 50% approval. The guy's unpopular, and people on the right refuse to accept reality as per usual. Bellum Guardian with 50 bits. I love the rage so much, I'm gonna snort this Chud salt like Coke.
There's nothing funny about
There's a
the
better
tools
kid
of
mowing the lawn meme. Okay, I get it. Okay, funny. I'm addicted to 20 bits. Okay, my statistics nerd has to point out Bedford's law can be used to detect irregularities in an election, but it's always combined with other metrics and has many caveats. It was used in 2009, Iran's election for one, but I don't trust that to be a proper application, especially since we don't yet have the vote totals so that it may be applied properly in an analysis. Okay, thanks for the info. 74 Quinn 74, thank you for subscribing with a 2-month streak. And then someone finally links one of Tate's tweets that might be calling for violence.
I thought the Second Amendment existed primarily to prevent the American people from a tyrannical government.
Well, we should probably listen to the video before we report it.
The Second Amendment is to prevent a tyrannical government from controlling the American people. The Second Amendment exists for things like election fraud. I thought it was the right-wing guys that were pro-Second Amendment. I thought it was the right-wing guys that had all the guns. The left have pronouns. The right have weapons. So
Tate, you also have pronouns? I don't know if you... If I asked Tate what a pronoun was, do you think he'd be able to answer the question? Towing24 with 20 bits. I love how Chuds are claiming the election is corrupt, but if they brought in UN or other outside inspectors, they'd cry foul because GOP gerrymandering and voter ID laws. Yup. Old School AJ, thank you for subscribing. Tier 1.
how the fuck are conservatives in America allowing an election to be stolen from them right in front of their fucking eyes? I thought you were all armed.
Okay, that's enough. We're gonna report this tweet. Report. Bum 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 bum. He's basically saying, I thought all the people on the right had Second Amendment rights. Why are they allowing this to happen? Why is there not just an incite violence thing on Twitch or Twitter? It's abusive or harmful? Threatening violence or physical harm. That'd do it. Not that I'm aware of. Someone else. There we go. Reported. If you want to report this tweet as well... Where did it go? Shit. Oh, it disappeared. View.
You have over 350 viewers.
I know. Here's a link to the thread.
There's nothing funny about the tools
Report that fucking tweet. Let's get Tate off of Twitter. What an asshole. Not a meme, but still funny.
We're doing it.
Oh, this is fantastic. This guy comes up and he says, is this real news or fake news? And the reporter tells him to F off.
You're looking, I know about it. Real news or fake news? Thumbs up. So here's the thing.
That's the mood for today, folks. That's the mood for today.
Okay, one second, Anna. Pull up the camera. Chat wants to know what I'm eating. It's vegan mac and cheese, and it might be gross to some of you, but I put ketchup in it, and,
Don't put ketchup in mac and cheese, that's disgusting.
fried onion. I mean, French fried onions.
Have a Venezuelan-style election. Theirs will probably be more fair. Jimmy Carter's people apparently watched the...
Guys, just because you lost... doesn't make it fraud.
Those ones. Very, very interesting indeed how they say nothing about the integrity there. I expect Jimmy
Ketchup and mac and cheese is great. That's disgusting. You should be ashamed.
Carter to weigh in on this election, just say fuck this shit and then croak. Anyway, Here's what to expect if Beijing Biden is rigged in as the asterisk presidency, and I call it the
It's not asterisk. He won the popular vote. He won the Electoral College. Do you guys remember in 2016 when Trump won and all the people on the right were like, you have to accept it. He's your president now. Okay, why does that not apply here, dummy? Thank you. Devious Chillster with 20 bits says, ketchup is fine in mac and cheese as long as it's bad mac and cheese. It's like the ultimate punishment for mac and cheese, like putting ranch on your pizza.
asterisk presidency because he won't be legitimately elected.
He has been. He already has been. Being mad, and I cannot reiterate this enough, being mad does not make something fraud. Fraud has a specific definition, and if you would like to prove that there's been fraud, you need to do so in the courts or in the media, preferably both.
There are so many outstanding questions regarding fraud that unless SCOTUS comes in and issues a perfect legally binding decision on the direction of this election, unless there is a recount, unless hand ballot counting is employed.
They're going to do recounts in some places. I think Georgia's pretty much a lock for a recount. I'm not sure where else is, but either way, recounts typically might swing things about 200 or 300 votes in one direction or another. And bear in mind, recounts don't necessarily mean the recount will go in favor of Donald Trump. It could also swing towards Biden, 200 or 300 votes. But the margin in most of these places is way too big. I think the most ever that's been, like, in a national election like this, been recounted and found is like 1,000 votes. And Biden is winning by more than that, so it's not going to make a difference. But of course, you absolutely have the right to ask for these recounts. That's fine. I don't have a problem with that. It's just not going to help. It's not going to help, guys. It's a waste of everyone's time, but feel free to do it. MMO Addicted, missed my Benson's Law bits. Also, the macaroni and cheese looks nice. Never had it. Always wanted to try. And Mai Yang, thank you for gifting 10 Tier 1 subs. Wowzers. MH Dark Beast with 20 bits. These people are so salty that Lot wants to make love to them. Oh, that's good. Logarth with 20 bits. Puerto Rican flag wearing man says, never forget in front of the White House. Let me go and find those bits that I missed. Benford's Law has nothing to do with stocks. It's generally about the fact that leading digits of numbers in certain data types tend to be low, but ironically in current election fraud detection, one looks into data sets which comply with the law too perfectly, like the 2016 Russian elections. I'm not going to call it that. I think people were influenced in their vote in 2016 by, like, ridiculous social media lies and posts that had been put out by misinformation campaigns, but I have no reason to believe that the election itself was somehow tampered with outside of that.
In multiple states, which have largely such thin margins, they have to recount under their own laws anyway. Unless that is done, the election's illegitimate. It's a farce. It'll be the result of billionaires essentially usurping the Republican system of government that we currently...
Billionaires? Donald Trump is a billionaire. Billionaires donate money to Republicans because they lower their taxes. What are you talking about? DM Trey with 20 bits just got back. Happy to be here. I'm happy you are here. MMO Addicted with 20 bits. Not USA elections, Russian elections in Russia. Oh, of course. I understand what you're saying. Gotcha. Yeah, Russian elections are bullshit.
Enjoy. If that happens, though, here's what to expect from Beijing Biden. Number one, you can expect him to sell us out to foreign nations. There will be no more attempts to reform trade deals, especially with China, but in a more general sense. You might even see the USMCA repealed. After all, Biden was a NAFTA fan, so keep that in mind. You'll see the restoration of the ACA mandate via executive action, most likely.
Even if that does happen, it's going to go to the Supreme Court. And it'll probably be struck down because Donald Trump got 3 fucking Supreme Court choices, 2 of which were stolen. Frustrating. 20 bits, bread tubers celebrating in Philly. There's a link.
There's nothing funny about the tools of capitalism.
I don't think that makes them bread tubers. I think they're just a bunch of people. Why do you think they're bread tubers? Logarth with 20 bits and a link. Nope, read that one already. Pack the court? Without the Senate, that's not happening. It's a joke? Okay.
which means that you'll pay
They
more
have
in federal
bread
taxes
tubes,
if you're
as
too
in
poor to
bread.
afford
I didn't see the bread.
health insurance, which
They
is
were
the most
holding
regressive
the bread above their heads.
I didn't see it.
and stupid
Go
thing
back
that
and
was
look.
worked
I'm not gonna spend I'm not gonna spend the time to go back and look right now.
into the ACA and the most hated component of it. You'll probably see a war at some point because Biden is a war hawk. The idea that he's the ice cream.
Guys, I get it. I think Biden did vote for like the Iraq war. Oh, okay, I didn't see it. But the mood in America right now is very anti-foreign intervention. I really don't think Biden would make that move. That would be very stupid. And I don't like Biden very much, but even I think he has the sense to recognize that that would make him look very bad.
Leftist man, that's a carefully tailored image, and partially what Biden's strategy is in part, or I should say his handlers, is you juxtapose this ice cream car-loving 78-year-old dude who sort of seems like harmless until you look into the allegations against him throughout time, and then you juxtapose him with Kamala, who is the toe-tapping, bracelet-jingling, unlikable HR spokeswoman.
What does bracelet jingling mean?
And the funny thing is that there will be even Republicans who will, like, when they're saying grace at Christmas dinner, they'll say a little prayer for Biden's health, just because Kamala terrifies them. It'd be really funny, even though she's just a figurehead too. She's the Dick Cheney to his George W. He acts a little bit...
You mean in the sense that she's the vice president? Yeah, that's about it. It's a racist thing? Of course it is.
Befuddled and a little bit out of it, but ultimately
Is it like
harmless.
Is it like handcuffs or something?
I don't know.
And you juxtapose that with a person who's cranky and evil and smarmy and self-righteous and just generally fucking unlikable. That's what you do. It's all about playing opposites. It's so easy to fuck with people's minds by this sort of thing. Anyway, Biden's illegitimate presidency will probably...
Again, every time he says this shit, I'm gonna stop, because it absolutely will not let this shit gain traction. No. This presidency is legitimate. He got more votes, dummy. Stop being so salty. Stop being so salty. It is clouding your ability to recognize reality.
Probably not include an actual tax hike. That's good thing number one, is that the only way in which your taxes are going to rise is that the Trump tax cuts will expire.
Which they're going to. They're going to, because Republicans intentionally set those up so that the middle class and working class tax reductions expire in 2021. But the wealthy tax cuts never expire. Fun fact.
He's not going to lift a finger to reinstitute the parts of it that I believe begin to expire starting 2022. Full expiration is 2025, if I remember correctly.
Oh, is it that late? I thought it was 2021. If that's the case, that's my bad.
24. This fiscal year, your taxes will still be low even if he wins. Which is great, because you're going to have to squirrel that extra money away for a rainy day, and there will be plenty of them to come.
Has Sticks and Hammer just been sleeping this entire year? Have you just been completely checked out that you're like, wow, this Biden presidency, it's been going so well. I'm really glad he handled that coronavirus so well that we aren't still cooped up in our houses almost a year later. What a jackass.
Because another thing you can expect is that he will at least attempt a 3-month national lockdown. If he is successful, if SCOTUS doesn't injunct it, if the Senate doesn't stop him, if the states don't refuse, if they go along with it, it will cause a Great Depression. I hate to say it, but Biden's election, if he's successful at getting in this...
This is what frustrates me, guys. The economy's in shambles. People have lost their jobs across the country. We are already on a trajectory for a huge economic collapse. The market is in a bubble right now, if you're not following it. It's probably going to pop under Biden, and then dumb people who are unable to connect A to B to C and recognize that this is the result of inaction by the Trump administration in getting COVID under control, so we didn't have all this stuff that caused people to lose their jobs, that caused people to not be able to pay their bills, down and down and up the line. Like, this is going to be the cause, but because Joe Biden will have been president for like a fucking week, every idiot's gonna be like, this is Joe Biden's fault. They're so stupid, and I hate them. Logarth with 20 bits. If if their 8 things don't exactly go Biden's way, so that we do what we should... Oh, God. Hold on. If their 8 things don't exactly go Biden's way, so that do what we should have done a year ago, he will fail. Oh, if Biden does the thing we should have done a year ago. Yeah.
The game will probably crush the U.S. economy for several years to come. Then that's, by the way, another reason why most of the other shit he wants to do he'll be unsuccessful for, because he'll be so unliked. He will go after guns, but it'll be a haphazard, half-assed approach. Trust me, I can read him like a goddamn book. If Biden gets in there...
I don't even think you're literate in regard to real books, and you think you can read Biden? Fuck off.
The idea that he's going to have the legal mandate to be able to ban the assault weapons. How are you going to do that? How are you going to get past the Senate? It's going to stay GOP. How are you going to get past the states that will refuse to enforce it and immediately force federal courts to issue injunctions?
Dar1244 says the stock market improved after Biden won. The stock market improved after it became Biden will win, but it looks like Republicans will control the Senate. Wall Street loves obstructionism. Wall Street loves when nothing can get done because no new regulations can be put in place and basically no new laws can happen. So that makes the market go up. The market is actually, and its motives are often antithetical to those of the workers. It's very, very unfortunate. And it's why people who look at the stock market as the end-all be-all metric of the economy are duped into voting against their own best interest. Devious Chillster with 20 bits. I can read him like a goddamn book. Meanwhile, the last few months sticks. Quote, landslide for Trump, MAGA. Yep. MMO addicted with 20 bits. Leaving last of my bits with you, Hannah, and going to play D&D online also still hurts. You think only the U.S. has elections. When did I say only the U.S. has elections? Oh, because of the Russia thing? It's because I'm used to, like, people talking about Russia in regard to elections. That's why.
Barring you from doing anything. How are you going to confiscate the assault weapons
Sabbath
anyway?
415, thanks for following.
Is so-called, in quotations, as Lionel hates. How are you going to confiscate weapons that everyone loses in a tragic boating accident? Boats and guns don't mix well. That's what'll end up happening, dude. He's a milquetoast moderate at the end of the day.
You've been saying... Frustrating.
Most of the...
He is a moderate. He's a middle-of-the-road dude. And you've been acting like he's Stalin for months. What is wrong with you?
Things he's pledged to do, he can't do without the legislature anyway. Well, he's not going to get a majority in the GOP-controlled Senate. McConnell will table everything he wants to do anyway. Essentially, the biggest thing that you'll have under Biden is an attempt to cause a Great Depression as a prelude to trying to usher in UBI or something like that. It'd give people more welfare, make them more reliant on the government teat. And you'll have, shitty trade deals, and you'll have stagnation. If he's unsuccessful at causing a depression, essentially, things will just linger on. They'll remain largely the same that they are arguably now, except that you'll be reverting in some bureaucratic and regulatory senses to the Obama admin. Growth will slow down. Unemployment will stall out, maybe rise a little bit. Barring any major catastrophes, it's going to be the goddamn most boring 4 years of your life because the...
I fucking hope it's the most boring 4 years of my life at this point. What is wrong with you people? What? Why do you say this like it's a bad thing?
The other thing that you need to understand is Biden's not funny. He's not entertaining like Trump is. People will...
What is... The other day he said this shit too. Like, dipshit. You absolute fucking moron. The president isn't supposed to be funny. You're not supposed to turn on the news and go, ha ha ha, the president's so stupid. That's not a positive. I fucking hate this idiot.
Will still be following Trump's goddamn Twitter even if he loses. Ex-President Trump will remain funny. It'll be like a shadow presidency anyway. People will be listening to him proclaim things about politics. They're not gonna listen to Biden. Biden's fucking stupid. Biden is Alzheimer's ridden. He's an old...
Again with the Alzheimer's thing. The one piece of rhetoric that we should have pushed through more as people on the left, whether they were talking about liberals or we're talking about actual leftists, is everyone who says Biden has dementia is a fucking piece of shit because they're literally just making fun of the fact that he has a speech impediment. That's where that comes from, is he screws up sometimes in speaking because he has a speech impediment that he's had his entire life. And these idiots go like, oh, he's got dementia. No, he has a speech impediment, you jackass. Why are you making fun of this?
Old man who's being used as a figurehead. And if he has a presidency...
Wing the Ultimate Nug with 20 bits. We're literally in a depression, barely better than the Great Depression. The only difference is rich people are booming. Yeah. It's really messed up, and again, this is the problem with looking at the markets as an indicator of the economy. Rich people are doing very well. Poor and working class people are doing very poorly.
At all, which is still up in the air because of all the ballot weirdness going on right now.
There's no ballot weirdness.
It'll be an asterisk presidency. He won't be legitimate president. Now keep in mind, we've technically had this before. Unfortunately, yes, legislation passed by a man who technically is disqualified from office for dementia will still be legally binding. You have to understand that. We had it before with Woodrow Wilson. The last year of his presidency, he had suffered a massive stroke, took to bed. His wife wouldn't let anyone goddamn see him, except a few close confidants. Who do you think was signing the legislation during that year of his presidency? It wasn't Woodrow Wilson, who probably couldn't have even lifted his fucking hand to sign his signature at that point. His signature magically looks different. Oh, they ascribe it to his stroke. No, it was because his wife was deciding. He wasn't...
Unconditional prong 1. Have the last of my bits. This just came up from Creationist Cat and made me lol.
Fox has declared Donald Trump is not president!
We hold these truths to be self-evident. All men and women created by the...
Jesus Christ. Logarth with 20 bits. Philly crowd cheers as USPS truck drives by in celebration.
Wasn't deciding jack shit. She stood by her man. She was the president for the last year of his fucking presidency. Anything technically that was passed is not legally binding because the president himself had no particular action with regards to the legislation that he was signing or vetoing. His wife decided these things. But that doesn't make it less legally binding. Again, barring judicial intervention. At some point, the judiciary might raise its eyebrows and say, well, and Joe Biden's not well.
Joe Biden is fine. There's nothing wrong with Joe Biden's health other than him being old. He's almost the exact same age as Donald Trump. Obo-Wan with 100 bits. This moron doesn't understand that most presidential signatures are made by their secretary anyway. I actually didn't even know that. The Under 92 with 100 bits. Wait, so you're telling me we could have a Jill Biden as president? Sign me the F up. And then Toeing24, all these chuds bitching about Biden having dementia, but love bootlicking Reagan, a fascist who actually had dementia. Fuck it, talk about Trump. Have you heard Trump speak? Windchanter, missed my bits. God damn it, I keep missing bits today.
There's nothing funny about the tools of capitalism.
Can this guy not talk about legitimate presidents when half the country didn't vote for Trump? Over half the country. Over half.
Maybe the legislature should look into the 25th Amendment. And then you end up with figurehead President Kamala, not that that's any better. It's also...
If that were the case, if Biden legitimately got 25th Amendmented for some legitimate reason, Kamala wouldn't be a figurehead president. She would be the president. That's how the succession works. This guy's such an idiot.
And then, next in line would be Nancy Pelosi.
Yeah, I don't want President Nancy Pelosi. Let's not.
Also not any worse, though. It would be a placeholder presidency, too. And by the way, to the Democrats, you should be begging, trust me, to all the liberals out there, you should hope that Trump gets put in by SCOTUS. You should hope that ballot fraud...
No, I would not like the democratically elected president to be removed by the Supreme Court, because as it turns out, I actually really like democracy, regardless of who wins, believe it or not. I'm not some partisan hack that likes democracy when I win and hates it when I lose. Democracy is good, regardless of whether or not the party you affiliate with wins, right? because people should have the right to decide the makeup of their government. And if the Supreme Court comes in and reverses the will of the people, that's further erosion of our democracy, and that's a bad thing for everyone, including this idiot. Logarth with 20 bits. I'm not one for ad hom, but this status was good. Let me take a look. It looks like it's from his Twitter.
Got a hype train again.
Obama. Wait, what it was? Oh, there's like literally no. Joe, did Trump call you and concede? No, I called him. To concede? No, to tell him the only way to get to 270. Yeah, I've seen this joke. That's a boomer meme. I don't like it. We're on a hype train again? Jesus Christ.
Fraud is exposed and the whole rotten game comes tumbling down right now, because what'll happen is the Democratic Party will crash and burn and you can try again next time with a reformist candidate. Instead, right now, if Joe Biden wins, you have a definite non-incumbent presidency.
I'm pretty sure Joe Biden has said he doesn't want to run this for a second term anyway. I think he just wanted to beat Trump, basically, and be a placeholder. So we'll probably have Democratic primaries and Republican primaries, you know, in 4 years or so. Leslie Clausen, thank you for gifting a sub.
When you're running for re-election in 4 years, Biden will be too old to run. Kamala Harris can try to take up the mantle, and he might croak in office anyway, but it'd be only a technical incumbency because the person wouldn't have been elected. You're about to see as well.
It's a double ticket. You elect a vice president along with the president. I understand what he's saying in theory, but it doesn't change the fact that Kamala has been voted for on the Biden ticket. She's not completely unelected. That's what vice presidents are for. It's literally why they're on the ticket with the president. Tinker Tailor 84, Biden stepping in to prevent the apocalypse. Oh, we'll see. We're not over yet, guys.
Regardless, I think, of what happens in this election...
Like saying Gerald Ford wasn't legitimate. Yeah, and I don't agree with that. That's stupid. The vice president's job is literally to step in when the president cannot be the president. That's the point. They're the furthest thing from illegitimate. They're on the ticket with the president. Koyatry, here's some bits to celebrate future President Biden and Vice President Harris. Thank you.
Whether the Democrats or Republicans get their man, I think you're going to see a red wave in the subsequent midterms, unless there's an economic catastrophe and Trump has been put in there. Because I think Republicans are going to punish the system for what's happening right now.
We're going to punish the system for us getting fewer votes. Leslie Clausen with 100 bits. Take my bits. Thank you. By the way, all you people better show up at midterms, okay? Go show up at midterms and vote for Democratic senators and stuff. My God.
I see enough anger and enough disdain, I think, for the system that I think that that's almost definite. It's not a bad thing, by the way, for that to happen. My biggest fear is it'll take, like, a moralistic Tea Party approach instead of a pro-liberty reform approach. My biggest concern is Biden getting in there and people deciding to retaliate, and I don't mean by protesting, because then all hell breaks loose.
Bellum Guardian with 100 bits. Hell yeah, I vote in every election. Good. Everyone needs to be doing that.
You could see reprisals on some of these crooked state governments that are attempting to steal our election.
They're stealing our election by having more people vote for someone I don't like than the person I like. You stole the election by voting more for Biden. Cry harder.
You know, somebody, an anarchist, already was planning to try to kidnap Governor Whitmer, so...
Fun fact, he was a libertarian anarchist who supported Trump. Funny that this guy doesn't bring that up. It's almost like he's trying to obfuscate the point that right-wing terrorism is on the rise in the country. Weird.
Keeping that in mind. And by the way, a BLM supporter, so don't try to blame that on...
We've fact-checked this before. Here we go. Here we fucking go. Whitmer, kidnappers, Trump supporters.
There's nothing funny about the tools of capitalism.
Do 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 do. Let's do social media. Social media. Hype train, or Bill Nye for Secretary of Education, also hype train. I don't think that's a good idea at all. I like Bill Nye, but he is not someone who has the expertise to do anything involving the government. Absolutely not. BD Kappa, thank you for subscribing. We looked at it before. What did I search? We looked at their social media posts. Whitner kidnappers social media posts. Maybe they have the links to their social media stuff. Dun 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 dun. I know there were ones where they were wearing Trump hats. Dun 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 dun. There we go. This is one of them.
They all look like terrible clones of the exact same person.
Yeah. These guys were Trump supporters. Like, guys, stop. Stop trying to project this onto others. This is you. This is literally the fault of people like Styx, who inflame these psychos. This is their fault.
Right-wing white terrorism or something like that. The anarchist, in the liberal sense, in the leftist sense.
No, he was not a leftist, Styx. He was an anarcho-capitalist. He was a libertarian, like you. My God, can we just fucking start deleting YouTube videos where people peddle outright lies already? Absolutely ridiculous.
This is a big problem. But I think, I mean, if Beijing Biden gets in there, mostly it'll just be boring stagnation.
I like that people on the right have nothing better to do than, like, call their political opponents names like Beijing Biden. Like, they can't think of legitimate criticisms, so they go to, like, Sleepy Joe. Whereas, like, I also don't like when dumb shits liberals, like, called Trump, like, oh, Drumpf. I called him a name that's different than his name. That's so clever. No. My criticisms of Donald Trump are material, and I can explain them to you without being a child and fucking calling him stupid names. Anyone who does that, please reconsider. You sound like an idiot.
It's like people would say, well, how will it affect you, Styx? Well, you know, I'll have to pay more taxes. I'll have to tighten my belt a little bit. I'll have to buy a little bit less. I'll have to work a little bit harder. I'm used to that sort of thing, dude. I almost lost my house one time. My biggest success came because I had to get off my ass and work hard in order to make money to make sure that I'd have a roof over my head, and it worked. Everything else went hunky-dory. But the thing is, I feel sorry for people who don't have that sort of latitude. They have to commute to work in a 9-to-5 situation. They're in a situation where they don't have the kind of mobility, upwards or in the more general sense. They're not at leisure to go anywhere they want, to go to a lower-cost area.
You're literally describing privilege. You're literally describing privilege, which I agree is a problem. So what are you going to say that's going to delegitimize the fact that this is a problem we need to deal with? Because that's like a leftist talking point.
A smaller home, a cheaper rental property, and work from home like I do. And they have to have the car. Like, you know, my used car at this point is almost paid off anyway. Most people aren't in that boat. Most people aren't in the situation that I'm in. I'm an anomaly when it comes to money and branding issues. Other people are not so lucky. I feel sorry for them. I feel sorry for the old and the helpless. I feel especially sorry for people that are young if Biden gets in there, because the stagnation that happens means that there will be yet another lost generation like the millennials. We got fucked. The millennials were either just out of college or just getting into college, and the economy was collapsed by neoliberal mishandling. It was collapsed by a bunch of government intervention, creating artificial bubbles, causing a general down...
No, it was due to lack of regulation and oversight in the banking organizations that sold subprime mortgages and then bundled them together into commodities, which ended up being worthless. You dumb fuck. I am so frustrated with him today.
Downward spiral. They had pumped the economy for 20 years, and it blew up in their faces. My worry is that it'll happen again. You'll have more joblessness, much more competition for positions, and you'll end up with Gen Z competing with the millennials and Gen X for a shrinking number of industrial positions that'll actually pay a living wage, with a Democratic Party that's not really seriously geared towards helping the poor. They never have been. If they were, you'd think that the poor would be better off.
They have been, my friend. They have been. They haven't been recently, and I agree. That's why I'm a leftist. I want to push the party further left, and I want to communicate ideas that would help people do that. But to say that the left has never been about labor, that it's never been about working people, is, again, another outright lie. It's completely untrue.
Off now. By and large, they're not. Keeping that in mind, of course, I'm still hoping that Trump will end up being the president-elect. He'll be re-elected to a second term.
He isn't. He lost.
By the way, the liberals should want that too. Who are you going to bitch about if Trump's gone?
Probably dumb shits like you. Chud Watch is going on. There's a reason it's Chud Watch and not Trump Watch. That'd be boring. No, you guys are still going to be around. You're still going to be making dumb shit videos. And by the way, I'm also going to complain about Biden, because Biden's a centrist, and I don't like that shit. So, don't worry. Plenty of content sticks.
Who are you going to complain about? Mitch McConnell? That's a lot less entertaining, dude. Everyone hates Turtle Man, including most GOPers. That's
The salt must flow. Yes.
about all. Peace out.
What an asshole.
I'm so excited because Betsy DeVos isn't gonna have a job anymore.
Yeah.
Betsy DeVos ruined educational systems in Michigan. So fuck her.
This is Jeremy's election Cope Fest. It's literally titled that.
Meow, 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 meow.
There's nothing funny about the tools of
It
capitalism.
sounded almost like he was trying to do the Smurfs. Do 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 do. Logarth with a link. I'll click in a second. And ZTDVI with 20 bits. If Republicans keep the Senate, how will Biden get his cabinet appointments? Will they all have to be acting ones? I guess we'll have to find out. We also have runoff elections in Georgia, so if you live in Georgia, get ready to vote in those elections, please. Bye 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 has entered the top 200 on US iTunes. Alright, that's pretty funny.
Give me love tonight.
Alright, when do you actually start talking, Jeremy?
Weird that, for whatever reason... Hey, George, thanks for joining as a member. Whoops. Wrong channel. Here in the Steadfast for 5, keep the great coverage. Thank you. Tater Nubs, too. Jeremy, love your content. Stroke your beard for me. Well, I think it's for everybody. I did see... We'll talk about the Project Veritas thing.
Jeremy out here unironically trying to share fucking Veritas bullshit. God, Jeremy, you're such a moron. Please stop. Please cease.
There's nothing funny about
Yeah, I
the
mean,
tools
I
of
think...
capitalism.
Does anybody disagree that if the COOF wasn't a thing... Like, if the COOF wasn't a thing, Trump wins easily?
I think it's more if Trump had acted appropriately against coronavirus, then he probably would have been in. And I don't even disagree with that statement. I think, and it was close enough, that if Trump had back in March, back in February, whatever, said, okay, we're doing a national mask mandate, and he could have even done like a Trump thing with it. He could have been like, this China virus, okay? This China virus, we're gonna protect against it. Buy a 2020 Trump MAGA masks, and we're gonna stop this China virus, okay? It's patriotic to wear a mask. If he had done that shit back in March, and everyone had actually followed a mask mandate, and we actually did a stay-at-home order nationally, we could have dealt with this. This is entirely Trump's fault that he lost. It was his to lose, and boy, did he lose it. Like, that's his own dumbass fault, Jeremy. That's what happens when you're incompetent as a leader. You make bad decisions and people disagree with them. Kathy7407, and stealing myself to text older Gen X friends to ask if he's happy. He's likely to act deflating and say Biden won't fix climate change or some other doomer shit. Is it worth risking the glow of victory? I don't know. Do what you're gonna do. Stellar Sea Cow with 20 bits. With the runoff elections in Georgia, if you turn 18 before January 17th, you can still vote. So register if you're in Georgia, and will soon be 18 for sure. And then Admiral V with 1,000 bits. Thank you. Trump admitted that China could attack us with a virus and there's nothing we could do. Jesus Christ.
Michigan. We live in Michigan. It's very dark outside. Help us. We lose all of our vitamin D during the winter.
Right? No, I don't read, only read.
I do wonder, let's say coronavirus had been handled appropriately and over 200,000 people, let me see what the death count is. U.S. COVID deaths. We're up to 237,000 deaths. Ooh, look at that spike. That's no good. Buckle up, folks. 2021 is going to be wild. Anyway, I do wonder, if we had an extra 230-something thousand people in the United States, many of them probably skewing older based on, you know, the fact that if you're older, you have a higher mortality rate with coronavirus. I do wonder, if those 230,000 people were still alive, or at least a majority of them, would Trump have won?
No
Did
idea.
Trump literally kill his chance at a second term? Someone should do an analysis on that and figure out where the deaths were and if it would have made a difference.
Super chats, Vanilla Kung. Secret Devos, thank you for joining as a member. Azrael the Fallen. So do Republicans back Trump, or they fall back to their self-serving ways and just let the Dems have the election like they did in 2018? Well, you know, that certainly appears.
What do you want again, what do you want them to do, guys? You lost. I know, especially when you're mentioning 2018. What are you talking about? If you lose the election, that's the final word. You lose. Good day, sir. Like, that's it. You lost the election. There's no recourse for you once you lose fair and square.
That appears like what's happening, right? The GOP has essentially abandoned Trump. And it's really bizarre.
Why is it bizarre? They literally only started accepting Trump because he was winning. Now he lost. He's a liability.
Really bizarre. Hello from Sweden. Appreciate that. Jeremy, did you see this? Emergency request to the U.S. Supreme Court to intervene in Pennsylvania vote tally. Yeah, I mean, I think it all matters. I mean, but none of it matters if he doesn't come back and take Arizona, right?
The narrator in the background. He did not take Arizona.
That's the thing. West Moody webcast for 2. Trump needs to declassify everything, win or lose. Yeah, no shit, right? Burn down Section 230 on the way out the door. Couch for 5. I hear you got a new puppy. If so, can he be in this stream? He can't, because I haven't let him down in the basement yet. He's very nibbly, and there are a lot of cases.
Also, Jeremy's concerned that the puppy will take his territory by peeing on it, and Jeremy got to it first, so...
Oh, Hannah.
Down here, and you just can't, like... He's only 9 weeks old, so you can't not keep your eye on him. Mr. Trainer Guy 5, Joe Rogan. Hey, man, welcome to the new... welcome to the show. How are you? Great. Thanks, Joe. Great to be here. I'm great. Joe, wow, Jamie, can we get a fact check on that? Yeah. Tim Tierman for 3. So what's plan B of getting rid of CRT Bull? I don't actually know what that are. I don't know what that is.
Is Jeremy drunk
Stephen Carter
already?
had an exclusive with a lawyer that saw them bringing in ballots. Yeah, I know. I'm just so... give me some hope, guys. You know? kind of black-pilled on this. Angels Envy for 10. College students, so can't do much. Really appreciate your content here and on the quarter, and keep it up, brother. Johnny Depp video earlier. Great Johnny Depp video earlier. Hey, thank you.
There's nothing
Appreciate
funny
that.
about the tools
Appreciate
of
that.
capitalism.
Why has the GOP abandoned their own candidate, Christopher?
I think you mean pejorative, not prerogative. ZTDVI with 20 bits. The day when Trump gets banned from Twitter will be hilarious. I don't know if that'll happen, guys. Twitter makes a lot of money with the free advertising Trump gives them by saying crazy things on Twitter, so I don't know.
Nothing funny about the tools of capitalism.
MMO Addicted with 20 bits. Was it PETA that said that white people own pets because it reminds them of owning a slave? I read something ridiculous like that.
Probably PETA sucks.
Sounds familiar.
Taylor says, hey, could you tell me?
John Doyle got banned from Twitter. Yeah, he did some dumb stuff, as per usual.
He doxed some people.
I don't know, but it sure seems like it. I mean, okay, so let's just, be black-pilled with me for just a moment, okay? Oh, critical race theory. Well, it's going to get crammed back in over the next 4 years.
Quick, Jeremy, define critical race theory. Go!
Classical position for 5. Personally, I'm really just looking forward to blue-collar protests. Your apartment is flooded? Too bad. Yeah, right? Oh, you need plumbing fixed? Who'd you vote for? So...
in that case, people could just lie, right? Oh, Trump, sure. Now go unclog my shit from my toilet. Like, what?
Yeah, get blacked with me.
That's also a good way to get really bad business reviews. I wanted to hire this guy to come do a service, but his company's discriminating based on people's political choices.
Any advice how to take this L? Okay, well, here's...
There's nothing funny about the tools of capitalism.
Best cleanse stream
hey,
ever.
You're very welcome, Matthew. There are many coincidences, and Trump may win. Okay, let's accept this. But if he doesn't, why did he lose? Well, Corona was a big part of it. Allowing, the mainstream media a literally captive audience for, I don't know, the last 8 months. Everyone sitting at home, people banging on doors, getting them to vote, literally filling out.
Oh no, activism, the horror.
Their ballots for them.
There's nothing funny about the tools of capitalism.
That's a thing.
Towing 24, so you won't fix my toilet because I voted Biden, Kyle. Okay, I'll take my money to George, F you. That's basically how it would go. Like, that's fine. Other people in your trade exist if you're going to decide to discriminate based on political view. I'm not actually sure if that's legal. Maybe it is. I don't know. I'm just curious. Thrash Mia with 100 bits. A conservative going with their values over obtaining money. That'll happen. Sarcasm. Well, their value is gaining money. So, I don't know if those are opposed.
Obviously, he could have handled it better, I believe. He could have handled the coof better.
No, you don't say, Jeremy.
Which gave an opening. So
political views aren't considered a protected class. Okay,
this is what I've said from the start. Okay, what I've said from the start of if Trump were to lose, this would be why, and I still stand by that. Imagine Trump's position. Imagine Trump's position. He's literally has to run against the "we would have ended all death" campaign.
Straw man. No, that is not what the Biden campaign has said. They've said if we, like other countries, had made reasonable restrictions and mask mandates, then we could have mitigated the amount of death and destruction that came from COVID, which is true. Making straw man arguments after the election isn't gonna unlose it for Donald, Jeremy. Knock it off. Wind Chanter with 20 bits. Jeremy will die alone in his basement covered in piss, his wife having a hot piece of hot sausage pizza in each hand.
You don't see how Corona helped Biden? Oh my God, dude. You kidding me? Every single death that happened was directly attached to President Trump.
I mean, if he had done a good job, it wouldn't have been. So yeah, that's what happens when you're bad at your job as the leader of a country that's going through a pandemic. Shit gets pinned on you. And this is something that Donald Trump, and I think a lot of the people who support him, don't understand. When you're the president, even though you don't have all the power, you have a lot of power. The buck stops at you. Trump has a problem with responsibility. He'll say things like, oh, I take no responsibility. I take no responsibility. And even when someone does get him to say, I take full responsibility, he then immediately backpedals in the next sentence by saying it's China's fault. Like, you gotta take responsibility as the president at some point, guys. They're the most powerful individual in the country. You can't just, like, be like, I don't know, guys. We could have done something about this virus, but I chose not to, so... Not my fault, though. China! Not how it works. You gotta take responsibility. Jeremy getting cucked by the pizza guy.
So, and every infection was blamed on President Trump. Even though the worst cities, by far, were run by Democrats, right?
Jeremy, do you know the phrase population density and what it means? Jeremy, as it turns out, cities, because people are around other people, and people in cities tend to be more educated, but also people in those cities tend to have higher population densities, population density being a metric of how close together people live. And as it turns out, viral transmission works better when people are closer together. So, it's not because they're Democrats, it's because they live close together. Do you get that? That's why cases were higher there, as opposed to areas in the country where you live 3 miles away from your neighbor, because that's some social distancing. But in places like New York City or Chicago, it becomes incredibly difficult to not either be around other people immediately or being around objects that people have touched very recently, like handrails, doorknobs, stuff like that. That's why. Jeremy, you should know this. Jeremy's stupid, but even I don't think he's this stupid to pull this much correlation, causation fallacy, right? He must know this is a bullshit argument. He's just lying. It's honestly amazing that for his politics channel, like, Jeremy's mascot is literally a fucking bull. Like, look, I couldn't make this up. Look at this. It's a bull, because all his channel exudes is fucking bullshit.
Who is she? I mean, who is she? Who is he? No bullshit, like...
Logarth with 50 bits. Why is basic decency in a president so cathartic right now? And then it's Joe Biden hugging his family, I would guess. That's cute. I don't really care, though, about that kind of thing in politics. Like, I know a lot of people do. I'm not saying you're wrong for doing so. It doesn't do anything for me.
Sushi Mom's thing that she posted.
Tiny Pistol Karen is getting billed for copyright theft. Let me take a look. I don't even know who you're talking about. Oh, this lady. Gun-toting couple billed by photo for using viral photo on greeting cards. The person who owns the picture sued them.
Hells yeah.
That's pretty funny. $1,500. Honestly, they're probably wealthy enough that it's not a big deal, but it is funny.
New York, as blue as it comes, and it was a disaster. But
again, Jeremy, population density in New York City is some of the highest in the country. That's why.
Single death got blamed on Trump. And then what happened was independents were mobilized to vote. So people that didn't want to vote but were laid off, right, consumed mainstream media for 8 months and turned on the president.
Jeremy, Trump barely won in 2016, and he was going up against a very unlikable candidate that a lot of people had preconceived notions about because the right-wing media has been shitting on Hillary Clinton for decades. And I'm not saying I like Hillary Clinton. I don't. I think she's a neo-lib, and I'm not a fan of neo-libs in politics because I think they hurt leftist causes in general while also co-opting the identity of being on the left. Joe Biden isn't that, though. I mean, he is that, but I'm talking image-wise. People don't hate Joe Biden the same way that they hate Hillary Clinton. There are very few leftists in this country. Like, sorry, guys, I hate to break it to you. As fun as our streams are, we're in an extreme minority, politically speaking. Most people in this country find Joe Biden to be a perfectly capable, middle-of-the-road, centrist, slightly left candidate, and that's great, and that's fine. At least he won. He's not Hillary Clinton, and people really hated Hillary Clinton. So, honestly, even though we kind of have PTSD from 2016, it becomes pretty clear that anyone else running against Donald Trump made it a relatively clear path to victory, even though it was close in many areas.
Don't lose faith in this country. You have to stay positive. You have to not let yourself spiral. You let Trump challenge what he's going to challenge, but you start to prepare yourself to accept it, because we made fun of the Democrats for never accepting it over the last 4 years. If
I find that to be a complete straw man too. I don't know a single person on the left that legitimately did not, and I'm sure they exist there in any group, but what I'm saying is the narrative over the last 4 years for Democrats has not largely been that it's an illegitimate election. I don't think it was. I think people harped on the fact that our system is broken when someone can win the popular vote and or when someone can win the popular vote but lose the electoral college, which is the actual deciding factor. But that's not the same as calling the election a fraud. It's pointing out that our electoral system is antiquated, right? Even in terms of like the Russia accusations that gained so much traction, the allegation was not like, oh my god, Russian hackers have hacked into the voting rolls and done all this stuff. That's not the main thing that people were saying was happening. They were talking about disinformation campaigns on places like Facebook and Twitter, where they convince people, oh, Hillary Clinton is this demon person, yada, yada, yada. That's a different thing. The election in 2016 was legitimate in every way that an election can be legitimate. People being mad is not necessarily saying that something is a fraud. Right now, what is happening with people on the right is them claiming the election is a fraud because they lost and they're little whiny babies who can't do anything but be mad. The guy I like didn't win. Uh-oh, must be fraud. Wah, wah. Wah.
There were no lockdowns. Trump wins easily. Easily.
Hypotheticals are fun, Jeremy, but they're also irrelevant. Fun fact.
But because of that, because of the giant push for mail-in ballots, and they realized that they could just go walk from door to door and stand there while people filled them in, right? The Democrats outplayed the Republicans, even if that means with bizarre tactics.
The tools of capitalism.
The Hotel Four Seasons telling Trumpers not to show up. To clarify, President Trump's press conference will not be held at Four Seasons Hotel Philadelphia. It'll be held at Four Seasons Total Landscaping, no relation with the hotel. That was surreal, even for the Trump administration.
Trump should have delegitimized mail-in ballots, but he shouldn't have told people to never use them.
What? Okay, first of all, why would you delegitimize them in the first place? There's nothing wrong with mail-in voting. But Jeremy, you dumb man. You poor dumb fool. How do you delegitimize mail-in ballots, but also tell your supporters, go fill them out? Like, Trump supporters are probably stupid enough to fall for that, but like, Jeremy, you're not as dumb as Donald Trump. I'll give you that much credit. You must realize that that is a completely oxymoronic statement to say, these are a fraud, and also go do them. Like, do you not see how morally bankrupt and how politically underhanded you are if that's what you think should happen? You're literally advocating for lying in the course of, like, getting people to vote. You're such a rat fuck, Jeremy. You piece of shit.
You know? He should have...
Gearbox asks, why does everyone keep talking about brunch?
I don't know.
He should have said, you know, use them only if absolutely necessary. But I think that people might have thought, well, I can't vote in person, so I'm not going to vote at all because mail-in ballots are sus, you know?
It's almost like Donald Trump fucked himself over every single way he could this year. What a brilliant 4D chess player.
Doc Holliday, this is BS unsub. Well, I understand if you're looking for somebody who's just gonna... It's not that I believe there is zero chance Trump will win. You guys, like, that are really upset understand that I voted for him, that I mobilized members of my family to vote for him. You know, and I have been seeing some interesting things about, you know, ballots. So essentially, how is Trump going to overturn some of this stuff, right? He's got to get large sections of mail-in ballots thrown out, right?
Literally, the right is at the point where they are advocating for throwing out legal votes because they can't win democratically. Think about that for 5 seconds and try not to lose your mind. That there is a political party in this country, one of the two major political parties that at this point is advocating for overthrowing the results of a democratic election because they can't win.
Yeah, everyone keeps saying he wins through the courts. I understand you watched Tim Pool. But how...
That's a good burn, accidentally, from Jeremy.
How? How does he win through the courts? Well, he has to get ballots thrown out. Yeah, brotherly, that's really what I'm trying to say. I'm saying hope for the best, but prepare for the worst. That's all I'm trying to say.
Red Spider. I'm pretty sure Jeremy can't mobilize an already running car.
No, I know that it feels like it's being stolen, and maybe it is. But I'm just, you know, I'm trying to let you know where my mindset is at. I'm not telling you that you shouldn't have hope.
There's nothing funny about the tools of capitalism.
Wind Chanter with 20 bits. The Founding Fathers totally wanted us to ignore elections, right? Conservatives.
You know, that's all I'm saying. Let me read a couple of these quick. Mr. Duckhead for 5. Be a libertarian. Vote for a candidate that isn't libertarian. Hand election to someone that goes against every libertarian ideal. Yeah, that didn't help. But you could argue that a lot of libertarians vote in 2016 is why he won some of his states by that same logic, right? Like Jill Stein collected a bunch of votes in Wisconsin because she was woman, and they were running on vote for her because woman.
No, it's because some people voted for Jill Stein because they wanted to vote for a left-leaning candidate, but they didn't like Hillary Clinton. Because she was the Green Party candidate.
Yeah, I'm not a Joe Jorgensen guy. Even though I would consider myself a libertarian, I wouldn't have voted for Joe Jorgensen.
What is with all the right-wingers? They're so embarrassed to just call themselves Republicans or conservatives. Oh, I'm a libertarian. No, you're not. You're an embarrassed conservative. And there are some libertarians. I'm not saying they don't exist. I'm saying like 9 times out of 10, someone says I'm a libertarian. They're just a conservative that's embarrassed.
Even for $2, the ballots are all digitally certified. Checkmate. Well, we'll find out. Lily Moore for $9. There must be things we don't see as going through the court. Who would have thought that we'd be living in this timeline? Yeah, that's true. What a mess. Wes Moody for 5 says, if Trump loses, blue pill Biden will be worth millions of red pills. Biden will be ineffective and will get nothing done legislatively. That's true. And he'll only be a 4-year president, too. That I'm 100% sure of.
I think he said he only wants to run for 1 term anyway, so Jeremy's accidentally right for once.
If he survives. Tom Wright says, have you heard of the watermarks? Don't know if it's real or not, but this is the biggest sting up.
It's not real. There's a conspiracy going around on like 4chan, 8chan, a lot of it amongst QAnon people. I don't know if you guys heard about this, that it was a sting operation all along. Secretly, the Trump administration put radioactive watermarks on the ballots in order to show that Democrats were inserting fake ballots into the count. That's not true, if I need to say that. They did not put radioactive watermarks on ballots. That's a QAnon thing, so maybe don't parrot it like it's real, Jeremy.
Operation in history. Yeah, I have heard about that. But why wouldn't Trump have said, why wouldn't Trump have said something about it, right? Make him sweat.
Even Jeremy is like, I don't know, this QAnon conspiracy is pretty sus. Did you bring your splitter?
Yeah.
You should do that.
Nobody, lesson from 2020, burn down everything you want, steal everything you can, end anyone who gets in your way, Dems the rules, let's play. Well, Christopher Taylor for 5, why has the GOP abandoned their own candidate? I have no idea. Angels envy for 10 college student.
Because they've never liked him, and now they know he's a liability. The only reason anyone like Ted Cruz or anyone in the Republican Party basically got behind Trump was because they knew it was politically advantageous to do so. The second it becomes a burden on them to support him, they stop. And at this point, it appears to be that.
Oh, I hit this already. So what's plan B? I got that. Let's refresh this.
We'll be done with
Teddy
Jeremy
Bull for
soon,
a buck.
by the
Thank
way.
you, John.
I'll skip ahead now and see if he talks about anything else interesting. Otherwise, we'll probably be done with Jeremy. I'm excited for the total salt video that's going to come out. By the way, this is only part 1 of post-election coverage from us, or from me. I don't think Baha will be here the next episode. But we'll do another Chud Watch where we go through all our regulars, Chuds, and see their post-election videos. But almost no one's put one out yet. Like John Doyle doesn't have his post-election video up. He's probably crying into his Subway sandwiches. Liberty Hangout hasn't done one yet. Tate hasn't done one yet. All these people, I'm sure, will do some sort of post-election video, and we'll cover all those in one go at some point.
We're gonna have to switch headphones.
Why?
Do you remember last time what happened?
I know one was quiet and one was loud. I don't remember which was which.
Mine was loud.
John Smith for 5. Biden-Harris is going to abolish the Electoral College, and New York and California will pick every future president. That's what I'm scared of. Will never happen. They don't have the House or the Senate votes.
Skip ahead to see where we're at.
People forget, Kamala Harris, nobody.
Why does he say her name like that?
No, he always does that.
Does he just think it's funny to mispronounce people's names and words and stuff?
I don't know.
That's my least favorite joke, is when people just say a name wrong or a word wrong. I do that too sometimes, and it's always bad. Sometimes I'll say swords intentionally.
I say swords all the time.
It's not funny. Even when I do it, it's never been funny. It's just a terrible thing dumb people do.
Nobody liked her. Look how she did in the primaries. Everyone no big deal. So what's everyone doing this weekend? Are you gonna stare at the TV in the grips of this election, or are you gonna try to get out and I'll tell you what, here in Wisconsin, it's fucking 70 degrees. 70 degrees. I have a summer car, which is a thing when you live in a city.
Also, Jeremy's a rich piece of shit that has things like, I have a car just for summer. Jesus Christ. We talked about this in a previous video. Jeremy says, like, I had to pay hundreds of thousands of dollars in taxes last year. And it's like, Jeremy, if you're paying hundreds of thousands of dollars in taxes, you're a wealthy bitch, and I don't give a fuck about your taxes going up. I hope they do go up.
Chat, I'm lucky to even have one car.
Guys, in the Georgia runoff elections that are going to be coming up, I think in December, go vote if you're a resident of Georgia. Go vote so we can raise Jeremy's taxes to an appropriate level so he has to sell his summer car. These people are dirtbags.
When you live in a state that has winter.
January 5th, my bad, not December. Thank you.
Sometimes you have a fun car for the summer. Happen to have a fun car for the summer. And I'm going to take it back out.
I'm imagining Jeremy in like a Trans Am, just driving the pain away. Like in Rocky 4, remember the montage where after I'm not going to spoil Rocky 4, after a certain death, Rocky's just driving his car dramatically to a song. I can see Jeremy doing that. Someone make that edit, please. Put Jeremy's face on Rocky's face in Rocky 4 in the montage where he's driving. Donate to the runoff campaign as well. Yes, please do.
I had already put it away for the year, but I figured if I run it, like, it usually sits from, like, November, November, December, January, February, March.
Okay, I'm done with Jeremy for the day. We'll see what his video is when he, is more sober. I'm sure he'll have a post-election video out Monday or something, and we'll probably check it out then. Oh, this is great. Watch. I think Jake covered this, but this is an amazing, like, progression. Yes.
A democracy only works when there is the consent of the losers. In any democracy, by definition, you're going to have a minority, potentially a substantial minority, almost but not quite 50%, who are going to be opposed to the winner of the democratic election. By definition, right? Therefore, for the democracy to continue to function, it's not an issue of the winners maintaining the democracy. It's the responsibility of the losers. The losers in any democratic contest, they have to accept the results, and if they don't...
Cope red pill. I saw that in Jeremy's stream. Don't use the same joke. Stellar Sea Cow, you can get yourself a sweet t-shirt, and proceeds will be donated to the Democratic campaigns in Georgia runoff. So everyone, if you want, click that link and buy a t-shirt, whatever this t-shirt is.
Thanks for sharing that.
Sweet.
Don't accept the result, there cannot be a democracy.
So here he is on the 4th saying, and this is when Trump was ahead, or appeared to be ahead, I should say. He's saying, democracy is dependent upon the losers accepting defeat gracefully.
Good old Uncle Joe Stalin once said that it doesn't matter who votes. What matters is who counts the votes. Wise words from the old dictator. Look at all the states where they are stealing the election from Trump.
So this is when things start to swing more towards Biden. He then goes on.
Is he gonna cry?
I was just checking the numbers on the election so far, and they don't make any sense. The Biden campaign has surpassed the record set by Barack Obama in 2008. He got something like 68 million votes. Obama did in 2008. And now Biden is supposed to have like something like 72 million, if not more. That doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense just looking at it.
Why? Again, like Baja said, there was record turnout. Trump also got more votes than Obama ended up getting because we have record turnout, so the numbers are going to be higher. That's how numbers work.
It doesn't make any sense either because the Republicans have so far gained a seat in the Senate. And they've gained something like at least 5 seats in the House. They didn't...
Okay, let me explain why this is the case. House seats are determined by congressional district, and the Republicans, Democrats have done this in some areas too, but it's benefited the Republicans much more, have gerrymandered the country in such a way that they have the advantage in House seats. On top of that, if you're trying to compare it to Trump's loss, there are plenty of Republicans, not the most, but there are Republicans who want to vote for Republicans in the House or the Senate, but they also would like to get rid of Trump. You guys know about these people, the never Trumper people. They still exist, and I think if anything, they've probably expanded over the last 4 years, especially considering Trump's terrible coronavirus response. Like, do you not get that there are people who are Republicans but don't like Trump? That's a thing.
Retake the House, but they really dug into the Democrat majority. Also, a lot of the governorships and state legislatures and whatnot, they all went Republican. It doesn't make sense.
I don't know enough about all the state legislature races to fact check that, for the record.
That people voted a straight Republican ticket, but when it came to the president, they voted for Biden.
Because they hate Donald Trump and because Biden is a centrist. He's a corporatist centrist who appeals to moderate right-leaning people, even though there are very few of them left. They do still exist.
And in record numbers. It doesn't make any sense whatsoever. You know what I think? I think that there was massive voter fraud, but I think it was...
Remember, like 10 minutes ago when we watched the video that said democracy is predicated upon the graceful defeat of the losers? Where did that go, Coach Red Pill? Where did that go?
I woke up this morning and on Twitter there were a whole bunch of people saying that we should compile lists of people who were Trump supporters. Yeah. Anybody
misfired
who
morons.
Trump
Thanks for following.
Or agreed with some of the things that Trump said, or definitely anybody who worked for Trump or was on his staff or his administration. We should compile a list of their names and make sure that they can never work in government again, they can never run for office, they can never serve on the board of any corporation or in...
That would be cool.
In any corporation, in any capacity, even as, you know, as a street sweeper. They should be expunged from our society. We should make those lists of those people and make sure that those people are punished.
Rad. Yeah, let's do this.
That's what people are saying on Twitter. But I disagree. I'm sorry, respectfully,
you're a Trump supporter.
I think that we should make our lives so much easier. Rather than compile a list, we should create a symbol that we put on the...
Me being blacklisted for being a fascist is the same as the Holocaust, right, folks?
The clothes of those Trumpistas, those evil Trumpistas. A symbol that we put on their clothes, be it a jacket, a coat, a shirt, a t-shirt. Hell, we should even get it tattooed on them. Yeah.
What is with these right-wing people and moving to other countries? Tate's the same. Tate lives in... Tate might also live in Ukraine.
No, he lives in Romania.
Is it Romania? My bad.
I only remember that because my good friend is from Romania.
Anyway, I didn't have a lot to say about this. I just thought it was funny. The dramatic change from when he thought he was winning, saying, the losers need to accept defeat gracefully, to when he realizes his side is losing. Being like, wait a minute. Fuck gracefully conceding. This is fraud. Ridiculous. Let's check.
Oh.
What? Is it Sushi Mom's link?
Yeah.
I'm not gonna look. Alright, let's see what Coping MAGA. They might have some new videos. Oops, that's not what I wanted. This is the meme image, folks. If you need something for a meme, clip this for the meme if you need the photo, or go to Coping MAGA for the image. Thank you, Valkyrie Slayer 11. Thank you for following. It's time for a period of Pinochet in America. The corruption is so pervasive that the entire power structure must be uprooted and brought back to the foundational principles. Oh, good. Let's incite violence, dipshit.
I think Kamala and Biden might be throwaway candidates. They know they're going to get steamrolled in the election. I really don't see the Democrats winning this. I think it's fair to say Trump's going to win re-election. I think Trump might have a massive, massive victory, which shocks the left. I think we're looking at a Trump victory, man. Trump 2020 landslide, even with everything going on with COVID. I think that's what we can expect. I wouldn't be surprised at all if Trump had a 49-state landslide. I think we could see a 49-state landslide. We may be looking at
49 states. I'm assuming he's saying California won't turn red because California, I think, is the bluest blue state. Them and New York are pretty high up, but I don't remember which one's first. I think California, though. You think every state except California is going to turn red, including New York? Tim Pool, if you remove the beanie, is it just flat? Like, what is... You cannot possibly be that stupid.
A Mondale Reagan type scenario where Trump landslides 49 states. And we may see a 49-state landslide. Maybe a 50-state landslide. That'd be amazing. I think we might be seeing a 49-state landslide. I just really think it's more likely that Trump wins 520 electoral votes. No amount of mail-in ballots will matter.
Wow, he is very wrong. I was completely, and the funny thing is, I was going into this video, we'll finish the clip in a second. I was going into this video being like, okay, of course, Tim is a right-winger. He's going to advocate for his side, and he's going to think they're going to win. That's fair enough. I do the same on the left. I think the left was going to win, or at least I was hoping so, but I temper, my expectations, And I don't do this like, oh, it's going to be a landslide stuff. But no, Tim's just very wrong on all of this, including the mail-in ballots thing, which is like the deciding factor in this election. And he's like, you can't go this far. You can't go this far and be this wrong and have people take you seriously.
If Trump gets 537 or 36 or even 538 every single electoral vote, we all know Joe Biden will lose. Like, let's be real, man. As I've stated 1,000,001 times, Trump's going to win. The Republicans are going to sweep. Ladies and gentlemen, Joe Biden has defeated Donald Trump. Everything I've told you will be wrong and completely meaningless. So, keep that in mind.
That's a good one. That's a very good one. Oh no. Control Shift T. Doon 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 doon.
All around me.
I can't play it. I'll get muted. I'll get the VOD muted, and I don't want to do that. Although, in fairness, it might be already. I don't know. Candace Owen says there was a reason. Now, if Arizona or Pennsylvania gets recalled, Biden-Harris supporters will be emotionally manipulated to the point of rage. They will prepare to take the election by force. This is how the bourgeois turn the proletariat into their street soldiers. Socialism 101. Don't worry, Candace. Nothing's going to get taken from anyone. It's fine. People aren't going to take to the streets unless it's right-wingers. You're fine.
In congressional hearings, the minority party gets to select its own witnesses. And of all the people that Republicans could have selected, they picked Candace Owens. I don't know Miss Owens. I'm not going to characterize her. I'm going to let her own words do the talking. So I'm going to play for you the first 30 seconds of a statement she made about Adolf Hitler.
I agree. I
actually don't have any problems at all with the word nationalism. I think that it gets, the definition gets poisoned.
Oh, she looks pissed. Look at how mad she looks that they're just playing a clip of hers.
By elitists that actually want globalism. Globalism is what I don't want. So when you think about, whenever we say nationalism, the first thing people think about, at least in America, is Hitler. You know, he was a National Socialist, but if Hitler just wanted to make Germany great and have things run well, okay, fine. Problem is that he had dreams outside of Germany. He wanted to globalize. He wanted everybody to be German, everybody to be speaking German.
There was also a thing called the Holocaust, Candace. Have you heard of it? Have you heard of the Holocaust, Candace Owens?
All right, so my first question is to Ms. Hershinoff. Ms. Owens.
What?
Chat wants you to full screen the clip.
There's nothing funny about the tools
Said,
of capitalism.
quote, if Hitler just wanted to make Germany great and have...
Logarth, the 20 bits, I'm still here, Hannah, looking for good memes, but I kind of ran out anyway. The lyrics for Behind Blue Eyes by The Who are perfect for Trump's inner monologue right now. I'm not familiar.
Have things run well, okay, fine. The problem is that he had dreams outside of Germany. So when people try to legitimize Adolf Hitler, does that feed into white nationalist ideology?
It does, Mr. Liu. I know that Ms. Owens distanced herself from those comments later, but we expressed great concern over the original comments.
Would you like time to respond to that?
Yes, I think it's pretty apparent that Mr. Liu believes that black people are stupid and will not pursue the full clip in its entirety. He purposely presented an extracted clip.
The witness will suspend for a moment. It is not proper to refer disparagingly or to a member of the committee. The witness will not do that again. Witness may continue.
Sure, even though I was called despicable.
Witness may not refer to a member of the committee as stupid.
I didn't refer to him as stupid. That's not what I said. That's not what I said at all. You didn't listen to what I said. May I continue?
Please.
As I said, he is assuming that black people will not go pursue the full 2-hour clip. And he purposefully he cut off, and you didn't hear the question that was asked of me.
I don't know if there's any context in the history of context that would okay you being like, by the way, Hitler, pretty great if he didn't leave the borders of Germany. No! You cannot fucking say that!
He's trying to present as if I was launching a defense of Hitler in Germany, when in fact the question that was asked of me was pertaining to whether or not I believed that whether or not I believed in nationalism, and that nationalism was bad. And when I responded,
Then why did you bring up Hitler? There would be other examples you could turn to.
Was that I do not believe that we should be characterizing Hitler as a nationalist. He was a homicidal, psychopathic maniac that...
He was a nationalist, though. One does not preclude the other.
Killed his own people. A nationalist would not kill their own people.
What? That's the whole point. He was trying to other them and make them not his people.
Like, do you not understand the differentiation Hitler made between, like, true Germans and people who were, like, Jewish, right? Hitler considered these people enemies of the state. He completely de-citizened them, basically, and said these people are not Germans. That was a huge part of the Holocaust, Candace.
That is exactly what I was referring to in the clip, and he purposely wanted to give you a cut-up similar to what they do to Donald Trump.
Ridiculous. Candace is such a joke. Let's see what the 4chan stuff is. This person says, I want to slaughter all of them, all lefties, all effing N-words. I want to watch the streets soak with their bloods. I want to crack their skulls and watch them slowly die.
Oh.
I want to kill every... Not gonna repeat that. This person says they just want an ethno-state. Yeah, I won't risk it. F that shit. The Trump campaign watched the Fire Festival documentary and they took it as an inspiration to do the same, to never back down even when everything has gone to shit and you've completely lost everything. Jesus. That's not the actions of a guy who's worried about losing an election. LMFAO, we got this shit. It's like watching an M. Night Shyamalan movie when you know the plot twist. It's going to be so sweet to watch the libs come down so hard from their high. Seriously, can't wait. We're going to need a 72-hour MAGA party. Like, they legit don't understand that Donald Trump is just an idiot. That's pretty sad. Nope, can't play that.
There's nothing funny about the tools of capitalism.
Winchanter with 20 bits. What is this pink pill I keep seeing the Chuds talk about? The pink pill is, in their view, the pink pill is deciding to be trans. As if it's something you can decide to be. But basically, you know, being trans. I'm putting that in nicer words than 4chan would, or Chuds would. Oh, they made an Instagram. I won this election by a lot. Sure, Grandma, let's get you to bed. Alright, that's pretty funny.
You're pretty funny.
President Trump tries to undermine legitimate election results as votes are being counted. Then this person says, in philosophy, this is known as begging the question. How does Time magazine think it knows that this election results are legitimate exactly? How about President Trump calls out election fraud as Time magazine conspires with fraud? That would be reasonable. No, you need to present evidence first for people to take your claim seriously. Based on professional philosopher. Okay, I think we're caught up to date on coping MAGA. Trying to think if there's anything else I wanted to look at for the day. I'm not sure if there is. We didn't look at the Donald. I don't know if there's... For those of you who don't know, there was a subreddit on Reddit called the Donald. It was awful. It was full of a lot of transphobia, racism, xenophobia, all types of different stuff, sexism. They got banned from Reddit, and they ended up making their own website called the Donald.win that keeps the exact same format as Reddit. If you're aware of Reddit, this looks very familiar to you. So let's take a look at some of the posts and see what they're talking about, and then we will call it a night. Dr. Gamble with 100 bits. Hydroxy, Cope, or Quinn. That's pretty good. That one's pretty good. So Pennsylvania just ignored the Supreme Court, and Eric Trump says yes. No, they didn't. Detroit News top stories. Oakland County official goes from loss to win after technical glitch corrected. Why these Michigan election conspiracy theories don't add up. Yeah, they corrected the technical glitch, guys. Do you understand how that undermines your theory that it's fraud? Why would they correct a technical glitch that favored Biden if they were intentionally trying to fraud people? Stupid.
Yeah, but that was Oakland County. That's not talking about Antrim.
Anyway. I don't want to look at the Donald. I'm exhausted after these 4 years. Did we already watch the Alex Jones one? No, we didn't. Let me look.
The Republic is being overthrown right now by a criminal globalist consortium. But America is waking up to the fact. Even if Joe Biden hadn't stolen the election, he's ineligible because he and his son are on record being communist Chinese agents. We're going to be crisscrossing.
Spam or misleading. Scams or fraud. I'm going to put this under scams or fraud. Why doesn't YouTube, like Twitter, have a...
I'm gonna link a video in chat.
It's a trap to make you think they're unbiased. Uh-huh. And then Logarth with something. I gotta mute it.
To the country, awakening the people. We're asking you to come to Washington, D.C. as soon as you can. Surround the White House. Because the next week, they're going to declare Biden the winner falsely, despite all the evidence that's come out of total systematic fraud in states like Georgia.
Are you asking why Alex Jones did something stupid?
I guess that was very dumb of me.
States like Pennsylvania, states like Michigan, and others openly stealing this election.
No, they're not.
This is a multinational consortium
Existential Baguette, thanks for subscribing at Tier 2.
of globalists that have already overthrown most nations, now overthrowing the United States. The same group took control of China in 1949 and have used them as an engine of tyranny. And so we're
The same group that took over China has taken over... Uh-huh. You got any sources, Alex?
fighting for the existence of our country itself. So many leftists think the communist Chinese are their friends. They think they're there to help them. They think they're going to get all this...
Tankies, but tankies are idiots, and they're such a small portion of the population, they're not even a rounding error. Like, what are you talking about? There are barely any leftists in the United States, much less tankies, which are a subset of leftists.
free stuff. You're not. Selling out America is going to make you poor. It's going to destroy you. The left's already announcing that now that they think Trump's going to lose, they're going to extend the lockdowns, have National Guard at airports, not let you travel, make you take forced inoculations, make you wear masks forever.
No, just until we get a vaccine.
This is a takeover. This is authoritarianism. This is bondage. This is enslavement. So I want to thank all the InfoWars for keeping this on air. I want to thank you all for continuing to fight hard for the truth. I want to just tell you that the war has just begun. This is the real start of the battle for the Republic. And the fact that we forced them out in the open to try to take out Trump and have now made them manifest who they really work for and what they've done, and the fact that so much came out on Biden and his son and his brothers but nothing happened, is really sowing the seeds of their destruction.
Or it's because no one took it seriously.
But that's the good news. The bad news is they know they're in trouble. They're going to come after everybody right now to really try to intimidate Americans. But I believe in you. You believe in me. And they're attempting...
God, Alex Jones is stupid. What is this one? A weeping pastor begs God to save Trump's presidency during bizarre service.
Father, we praise you tonight. We humble ourselves tonight, Lord God. We ask you in Jesus' name, Father, that you'd forgive us as a people. Almighty God, please. God, you are pro-life. And one man is, and one man is not.
Guys, Donald Trump has definitely paid for some people's abortions before of people he's gotten pregnant. Joe Biden has not. He's a Catholic. These people are out of their minds.
Would you be pro-life for us, Jesus? Lord, one man is for Israel, one is not. You are for Israel. Lord, one man is for our military and our police, and the other is not. You are. What will we decide? What message will we send you? Jesus, forgive us as a people.
Funny about the tools of capitalism.
We have slept.
MMO addicted to 20 bits. I mean, it did not surprise me if Donald did not brag about this in private. Had so many kids scrubbed. So many.
When we should have been awake. Lord, I pray tonight for the salvation of Joe Biden, God, that you'd touch his soul.
Joe Biden is Catholic. He's already a Christian, you idiot.
All he knows is his version of Catholicism.
Oh, he knows.
He doesn't know you personally.
He's just very, very stupid. I hate Christians who are like, Catholics aren't Christian. Yes, they are. They're literally where Christianity basically came from. You would not have Protestantism without Catholicism. Stop it.
Father, we pray for Kamala Harris. She's had such a crazy
He's just gonna whine.
Mind, but rumor has it he's never lost anything before.
There's nothing funny about the tools of capitalism.
And God, I just pray that tonight he would lose himself.
Obowan with 100 bits. Joe Biden may be Catholic, but to most evangelical Christians, you might as well be a Satan worshiper. They tend to believe the Catholic Church is a devil-worshipping cult. I've read Chick Tracts, I know. It's very stupid.
And find you tonight. Father, that you'd visit him in his dreams. God, that you would take this very strong and able man who doesn't lean on anybody.
You can stop watching it.
Okay, I'm bored by it. I'm ready. I'm ready to chill out for the night, Jesus. So thanks everyone for coming to the stream. It was fun. We're gonna raid the serfs. So thanks everyone. Tomorrow I'll be back for something else. It'll be non-election related. It'll probably be Sovereign Citizen Sunday. But Monday I will be back to do Chud Watch again. And there we'll be covering, I'd imagine by then John Doyle will have a video out. Liberty Hangout will have a video out. Stuff like that. If they don't, I might even push it to Tuesday or Wednesday. Because I just want to cover those guys' post-election videos. But either way, I'll be back in the next few days for Chud Watch. Tomorrow I'll be back for Sovereign Citizens. So thank you everyone for coming to the stream. Very much appreciate the support. Appreciate the viewership. I'm glad we can all take a deep breath. We did it, everyone. We have work to do. If you're in Georgia, make sure you get ready to vote in January in the runoff elections. Other than that, chat is valid as always. Thank you.
Good night.
Good night.
We love you.